Why y'all just giving away tickets?
My radio station is doing everything in its power to stay relevant.
Yeah, we keep losing listeners to all those podcasts.
Jason, shut your filthy mouth, please. Anyways.
There's two things I like, Tom. One of them's boofing, and the other, roofing. Secured roofing and restoration.
Roofing and boofing.
Roofing and boofing.
Go to roofingandboofing.com.
Now, here's the thing. We should have purchased, if you wanted to do that joke.
Yeah.
We would have needed to purchase roofing and boofing.
You say that,
.com.
but I'm always like, no one's going to even check.
You don't think that we have one listener out there that will hear this ad and then buy it and then write us and say, joke's on you, roofing and boofing. I'm the roofer. I'm the boofer. You snooze, you lose.
It's a waste of money because
it is.
What does that
and
do?
we went into this saying we weren't going to do like a whimsical ad. We were going to do just a straight.
Yeah, do it straight.
Just shingles.
Do it live.
Strictly shingles.
Secured Roofing and Restoration, they're a great company. If you listen to this Friday's ACT, you'll hear a story about what they did for a lady, a stranger, to help her out.
Need.
And it's a really awesome story.
It's inspiring. It's cool, man.
And that's on the first segment of Friday's ACT.
Yeah, you can find it on YouTube, too. Just go there. It's a tail end of Wednesday's show.
But if you have storm damage, I did this. I had bad hail damage. Rick from Secured Roofing, he's our contact.
Yeah, we met that guy yesterday. Super cool dude.
So we officially have a Tom and Dan contact. It's Rick from Secured Roofing and Restoration. Give him a call. 352-805-9316.
That's his personal number. Goes right to him.
And he knows BDMs. He knows Tom and Dan listeners. It was a super easy process. Rick came by. He helped me file the insurance claim because my roof got damaged by hail. They're putting a new roof on in the next couple of weeks.
Nice.
I pick out the shingle color. They offer a 20-year workmanship warranty because their employees put on the roof.
Yeah, and they can, if it's like just a regular shingle roof, most of the time they can finish that in about a day.
Yeah, and if you go on securedroofingandrestoration.com, on the front page, you can get a free estimate.
Yep.
They'll come out and a free inspection.
Yep,
if
free
you think you have
inspection,
damage,
free estimate, they'll come by and check it out for you.
They're a great company, securedroofingandrestoration.com.
Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello, this is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
So, he was standing in the lake, pranking the Canadian Broadcasting Network.
Yeah.
Never a dull moment with this guy. Came in with multiple loose lady stories. Came in with a fanny pack a la Burt Wilson.
Came in with a gun!
Oh my God! It Shoot Your Titties Off Friday.
Wait a second, I don't like that one.
It's TD Friday on a Thursday. Welcome to the show. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha's here. Butler not here, and I know you're used to that, but trust me, guys.
What?
You will get him in the next 6 shows. He will appear at least once or twice. So Tuddle is joining us today. It's really, really cool. Very cool.
Thanks for having me, man. It's been over a year.
Keep it casual. You're one of our first guests back into the studio. I'm trying not to do the whole radio thing when we start. I'm just kind of jumping into the show and say, fuck.
Kind of had dozens and dozens of guests. before him.
Well, I mean, like, not in person. Like,
Yeah, all literally 20 different people from Fringe.
No, we had. I mean, like, but still, it's still like in the infancy stages of having people in.
That's
I mean,
true.
because he was, lamenting on how it had been, over a year, and probably it was it him being one of our more crazy guests, or was it the actual pandemic that made us distance ourselves? Because I know that you go through phases where if there is less sobriety on Patrick's end, where there's an arm's length extended.
Well, I did make a list on the whiteboard.
Yeah.
People most likely to give us corona.
Yes.
It was Tuddle.
You were in there.
I didn't even go anywhere. I live in the smallest goddamn town in Volusia County.
Well, no, but we didn't know. If you're sober, then we know you're good. But if you're not sober, we know it's Corona City.
David Jolly Remy.
I just texted you that video of me fooling the Canadian News Network.
Before we play that, I'll plug a couple things. We have the last bit of villain merch. We sold out of the first order, and people wanted, they're like, I didn't get the beer tube, I didn't get the hammock, so we ordered a little bit
Sam
more.
and I didn't get a fucking
Yeah, we
beer
didn't get
tube.
any of that.
Yeah, don't feel bad. We didn't get a beer
We missed
tube.
out, too.
I think my merch guy killed himself or he got
Oh, my
murdered
God.
because I cannot find him.
Vulture?
Wait, Vulture?
Why do you have a merch guy?
Well, it was this guy right when I first started the podcast that came to me, and he had stitchyouup.com, and like,
Oh, I remember the Stitch You Up
The
guys.
website is completely taken down. The phone does
That's like
not
our
answer
old
the phone.
accountants.
Wait, I might.
That's
might
like
be
our
familiar
old
with this
account.
person.
Our old accountants were Ramon and the red face salesman. And Ramon
Don't talk about
the
it.
red face
God damn
salesman. These guys. I mean, one day they were giving me $14,000 refund. The next day the building
closed up shop.
The building was empty. The windows had cardboard boxes in it.
Shredding
It
paper.
looked like a Vietnamese grocery store. It was so packed full of boxes and stuff. I'm like, where is the pinball machine? Where's the Pac-Man machine that the red-faced sales guy was playing while Ramon told me about how much money I was going to get back?
A guy literally called us, and he's like, I am the owner now.
He did.
We're
That's
like,
a true story.
we're
No,
like, okay,
actually,
can you do
he did not
taxes?
say that. He goes, hello there. Is your name Tom Penn?
Yeah,
I am the new owner. I bought your account.
Yeah, no. I can't
what happened.
I can't get a hold of him. So like he could be just rotting in a
No.
These guys.
It's a sketchy business
Yeah.
practices. They don't die.
Okay, let me tell you.
They went hard for a good 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And they realized
They lose motivation.
Three jobs are intermingled. You ready for it? Three jobs are intermingled. Embroidery, car wraps, solar.
yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Screen printing.
Tell me I'm wrong. It's hard to find those guys.
Man, when I worked
There's some
with
pressure washing in there.
Yeah.
You sprinkle that on top. That's a condiment.
That's
a condiment.
When I lived at Bubba's race shop, part of the deal was like I lived in a apartment above his race shop. Okay, but then I would have to go screen print T-shirts, his merch all day.
You were
the merch guy.
Oh my God.
You say race shop, but it sounds like a
Racist
sweatshop. What racing was going on?
Well, it's the race to see which ethnicity can make the fastest shirt.
No, his son is a really, really good stock car racer, and he kept all the cars and stuff there, and he had a screen printing place, no air conditioner in the damn thing. You're sweating
They
your
never
ass
have
off.
air conditioning in those places because I believe, now this is a guess, but I believe those machines and what you're doing create so much heat that it'd be almost
of money
pointless.
anyway.
Yeah, you're going to literally go bankrupt trying to cool the place, right? Because even Enemy...
Big ass
Yeah,
garage.
let me get some industrial fans at least.
They do
right?
that. In Enemy, they do. In Enemy, they got ventilation and the whole... It's like,
If they're a good business, they do.
Well, Enemy's also been doing it for, 30 years or something.
You get those big ass fans that in every
Planet
action
Fitness
movie
fan.
you put a rock when you're
Yeah.
trying to climb through
the
'em.
Planet Fitness fan.
He bought these industrial fans that the firefighters use to suck smoke out of buildings and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And that's when they did one of the craziest bits that I ever did.
Yes.
We did shit hits the fan.
No.
Actual shit on the fan.
So they had this big industrial.
We take things literally here. Oh yeah.
So this big, it wasn't the shit that was bad. It's that the blade was spinning so fast. I was like, if this blade comes off,
Yeah.
it's going to
That's a good analogy. Don't worry about the shit, man. You got to worry about the blade.
right. That's
Yeah.
life. That's life.
But
buddy.
So what was the bit?
They collected horse manure, cow manure,
Yeah.
dog shit.
When you say they, who's the
Yeah,
they?
who's collecting it?
Each
You.
person on the show had to collect shit.
Oh, okay.
I don't miss
and then
doing
bring it
these
in.
bits.
Hey, what'd you do for your job today? I went around and collected shit.
Oh, I don't miss
that's like
any of these bits when we used to have to come to the table with something dumb.
When you
Yeah.
make the intern collect the own shit to throw it themselves, that's like a cowboy making.
Going to pick your switch.
No, or
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
dig,
that's very good. That's my dad used
Dig
to.
your own grave?
Yeah, dig your own
Yeah.
Yeah, but my dad would also threaten me with that pick your own switch, and then
And
I'd
if you
bring
didn't bring a good one, like, it was even worse.
By the way,
No, my
I'm
dad
not
would-
digging my own grave, by the way, because I'm looking at it and be like,
Just kill
fuck
me
it.
now.
Yeah, just like, fuck it.
Yeah,
No, I'm going to
you
make
dig
you
it,
do it.
motherfucker.
Because it's my only
That's right.
payback, right?
Yeah.
No, well, that's the only thing. I mean, yeah, make it
Okay,
as hard.
hold on. What if you dig it, and then what if we get to the end and I go, you know what? I watched you digging. You've got the good.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
You live.
Well,
No,
this
you
is the
live.
other thing. These guys that get kidnapped in the Middle East that have their head chopped off.
let's
it's
not
like,
talk about that.
No. But what I'm saying though is like they sit there just all calm. Like I'm going to make it as uncomfortable. Like I'm just going to whip it out.
Well,
and
I
start
think they've come to
jacking
terms.
off.
I think.
Just jack off. in front of
Yeah.
them.
You
Well,
say
that's
that,
like the old thing
but-
about like if I'm
Blow
in
your
prison
dick off.
and they're gonna butt fuck me in the shower, I'm just gonna start shitting on myself and then
Yeah.
eating my own shit.
Yeah.
I think that works.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna
Yeah,
do that.
it turns out you're just paralyzed and
Yeah, you're frozen there, and you're trying to shit. You know how hard
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is to. You know how hard it is to shit while you're being butt fucked.
Well, no, let me get back to plugging. Goddamn.
Butt plugging. We're talking about butt plugs.
Let me get through this.
Oh, calm down. Business daddy's here.
Free medium sticker.
I gotta get through this.
Those
Daniel Bedingfield.
the
Right?
metallic BDM stickers that everybody wanted. You get a free one with every
Yeah.
villain order while supplies last, obviously, because we didn't order that much more. We just did a secondary, smaller order. So once this is sold out, we're not going to do these particular merchandise. No more White Claw tubes, the hammocks.
Whoa.
Putting the kibosh on
Well, I'm
it.
just
Wait a
saying,
minute.
we did it.
It's a
out
blowout
there.
sale.
And look, in all
They're there.
seriousness, and not to disagree with you and not to have an on-air fight, but I do think it's kind of bullshit that I don't have a White Claw tube and we're like stopping them. That's kind of bullshit.
You gotta buy one.
Yeah. They're
Why
cheap.
do I'm part of the
All
fucking
these
show.
things-
Look, you see the thing?
$16.
Well,
Yeah,
Tom's
there's
name is
$16.
first.
There's a hammock, there's
A
a
flag.
lanyard, a
I don't have
flag.
any of that.
Dog leash.
I'll email Mark
Also-
because he's a nice man.
We have a bunch of other merch sales on TomandDan.com, including a Father's Day weekend sale.
Yeah, I got the deets on that.
Yeah. So what's the code now?
Okay, this is very cool, and this is the first one up is for the ladies. If you like that Tom and Dan Dreamin' shirt, there's a picture of it right there. You get that, a koozie, and a sticker. So that's the Tom and Dan Dreamin' shirt, Tom and Dan Dreamin' koozie, and a Dreamin' sticker. You use the code DREAMING, DREAMING, for 20% off that order. And that's while supplies last on that one.
Yep.
And then the other one, this is really cool too. You got the real the flag, the boat
flag. Yeah.
There's the boat flag. And those are limited, but what Eric's going to do is he's going to give you a big foamer koozie. That's the big one that floats, the old school 80s style like our dads used to have, plus 2 of the Pussy Admiral keychains. That's $25. And that is extremely limited. $25 for that guy. Ladies, if you like that hat, the ponytail hat, you can get that now for $15. That's been reduced. And also there is a Father's Day discount for 25% off everything except for the Dreaming merch that I just
Yeah,
referenced.
the combos.
Yeah, all the combos are exempt from this, but if you just want to use, a standard 25% off for the dad in your life, use the code FATHERS, FATHERS, and no, sorry,
Assholes.
I know.
Assholes. Hey, at
You
least
want to
I
get a
am.
Father's Day gift? Listen, Listen, you're part of the club now.
I know.
All in the
Yes,
club.
I
Oh my
know.
God, everybody here has no dad.
Yep.
That's true.
That's weird. But use the code FATHERS, FATHERS, for 25% off site-wide. There you go.
Yeah, and not to,
I didn't approve that 25%. I don't know who did, but I think it's stupid.
not to bring everybody down, but we're sorry that happened, man.
Oh yeah,
You know.
yeah. I mean,
Everybody was
Yeah.
crushed.
it was a month of just like it just dragged on. And,
Yeah.
and stuff. So It's, I hate, I know people are being nice. I hate when people, we're praying for you. Save your fucking prayers.
No. You got your.
I like that. Why? But you
Tell us how you really feel.
You know what?
Shove them up your ass.
Or he's in a better place. I always hate that one, too.
Yeah. So you did screw up something, which I've told people to do before, where...
What'd he do?
And I sent Tuddle a text, and I said, hey, I'm sorry, man. If you need anything, let me know. And nobody ever needs anything, by the way.
Yeah,
because what are you going to need?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I need my dad back, right?
But you ruined your opportunity to ask for something.
Yeah,
and everybody...
take advantage of it.
Everybody... Because a horrible thing happened to you. This happened...
Okay,
He took me up on it. I drove to DeLand and I hung out with him and I sucked his dick. Slow and low down to the balls. Were you looking to see if my wife was still here? She knows.
I heard someone come in the
that
door.
That was my wife. She's bringing me White Claw 70 because I love it so much. She's so sweet.
My God,
she's so sweet.
I've got alcohol delivery.
Yeah, because she ran to get some.
It's amazing.
And I love the White Claw 70. It's my favorite low alcohol drink, and it's sponsor of the show.
And,
you should be happy.
Well, one of the most uncomfortable things about the whole thing was, Dad, just did not know what was going on. Like, it was just like onset dementia real quickly. And I got to tell you, it made me real uncomfortable because a lot of the nurses were minorities, if you know what I mean. And he kind of reverted back to.
Hold on, what do you mean?
There
if you know what I mean.
Right. So
if you put a Vern on that, it sounds a little bit better.
I feel like they probably got some experience with old white guys
losing their minds.
Yeah.
My mom did. I didn't tell this story on the air, but it'll make you feel better. My mom lost it a little bit because of the sepsis near the end. Trust me, we weren't going to stay on this sort of thing. But
no,
there is a level of confusion there that is very uncomfortable. Yeah, I think people deal with that.
So, Tuddle, back to you living in the sweatshop doing the
greatest prank in the world.
So, what
shit hits the fan? It was pretty bad because you try to hold your breath the whole time because you don't want to breathe in like shit particles.
Yeah, but shit particles. I've always that to me is right now. I feel like I'm breathing in shit particles.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Like the thing I would be concerned about is throwing a heap of shit at a fan and then having the shit come back and smack me.
They made this little thing that they actually got it to a consistency. They those paint stirrers the mechanical
you put on
ones.
A drill.
And they mix it up on a drill, and
so
they mix it
up. So they
up.
combine all the turds in a giant stew bucket.
Yeah,
and they used a DeWalt drill, and they mixed it like you would mix grout.
Yes, exactly.
Or drywall.
Or like you're using a KitchenAid mixer to make a pizza dough.
Yeah. And then they poured it in this thing, and then it slid down, and then once they hit the fan, it was just it just would just spray everywhere.
So why?
What's the end game?
Because I guess they wanted to just. And
they're like, look at shit spraying.
We put shit into a fan.
It's
and
audio.
The fan spread the shit everywhere. That's fucking science, brother. What is that? Yeah, what are you doing?
No, we filmed
physics.
Hold on. Okay, Tuddle, I need to learn something. You teach me how these
Dougie.
No, these 90s radio show hosts, because they get rich. I don't know if you could still do this.
Do you want to? It feels.
I want to get rich.
Turning into
yes,
that.
I do. I want to.
It feels
do
like
this,
he's almost ready.
But I don't. You know.
God, what if you're Anakin Skywalker and Bubba the Love Sponge is
your Jedi Master?
Yeah,
man.
And you're the young Padawan.
like everybody here got a pretty easy. We don't got to do is get sprayed with shit.
No, I never did that.
No,
I am proud.
Travis is. I mean,
he's the
right
closest
for
we
shit.
got.
Well, you're talking about that. Your guy Butler, maybe not showing up. Not showing up.
All we do is give him unlimited vacations.
Yeah, lives on vacation.
Okay, this is what Tom
we give
does.
him unlimited vacations
this is what Tom
and
does
pay him well.
Because you're soft.
When Tom drops,
is that what it is?
When Butler drops the ball, which is weekly,
yeah,
and forgets the balls.
The next day after dropping the ball, and well done, Sam, and forgetting the balls, but after making a huge mistake that could cost the company and does cost the company money, he will look at Tom at 2:48 and say, "I'm going to take off a little bit early," and Tom will go, "What's wrong?" I go right back to his.
And then he leaves, and then Tom inevitably needs something that Butler has, and he's not here.
Yeah,
and
then he's like,
an endless cycle.
And then he says to Sam, he'll go, "It's fine. I'll text him later because you don't want to do it in front of her, because then it proves that he should still be here."
Yeah. And then and then Samantha, we don't do any like 90s things for her. Like,
no.
Well,
but she offers to do
I
shit.
did do the TikTok.
No,
thing,
he
but that was a bet.
but that's true. I had to work that one around in her
She's
bet and win the bet. I had to do a lot.
Yeah, you make
if it was Bubba Lussman, it would be like, "Oh, you're doing it."
But if
I don't know. What does he do? How does he get you to do it?
If you make a comment
Does he
about
just
Sam's
ask you to-
titties, she doesn't like shut down or freak out or anything.
No,
she's been.
But that's make it like a slight joke about titties. This is not 90s radio show host. This was 90s.
You want to wear a whipped cream bikini?
Of course, we'd have the goddamn pole. He had the
You
pole.
did have me sexually assaulted by a man once.
That
That's
was
true.
early on.
We were just talking about that.
I lost my edge. And
You went too far that day, and you got scared now.
I didn't even.
You're like me with that flight where we dropped 30,000 feet in the sky. It crippled me for life. You're the same thing. You had one moment where Cisco, the male dancer, grabbed Sam's tits and motorboated her, and you stared right into the devil's eye, and you got scared.
Well,
you got scared of what
was like, I
you know
did
what
not
you were scared
want
of?
this. I did not.
You know
agree
what
to
you were
this.
scared of?
I'm at work right now.
You know what you were afraid of that day?
I wasn't even getting paid then.
Getting sued?
No.
Okay.
Has nothing to do with that. That day, you were scared. You were staring directly into the eye of your true potential, and you're fucking terrified of it.
You
Terrified.
So
of what
how
you
did
could
he get?
actually
How
be.
did he get you to do the ass and all that stuff?
well, I mean,
How'd you locked you in the shack? Didn't you?
Yeah,
and the balloon
shit
in
sack
your
and the
ass?
balloon.
well, for one thing,
You have like rectum damage, right? Like you don't like you're shitting all the time now, right?
Well, no, I think that's the reason I have an ass clit. I've talked about this before. I have a hemorrhoid directly over the top of my butthole. That
It's a duodenum.
Yeah, so it's right there, and it's so there is some type of rectum damage there, but no, Bubba he calls himself like
Sweet talker.
yeah, like Bubba Saddam Hussein type thing, like he's a dictator.
People should not compare themselves to Saddam Hussein. First of all, it's a dated reference.
No, he says he's a
It's like,
dictator.
I'm a regular Ted Bundy. It's like that was the 80s.
Before the show,
Come into the
I found out
the
that-
2000s.
Yeah, but you could like
he choked me out one morning because I talked back to him. Like, literally,
That's
put me in the
salt,
corner. Okay.
You know what? If that's some dumb... Okay, I can't say that.
No.
Or can I? No, that just wouldn't fly with me.
you have to find the right
That wouldn't-
victims, right? Like that's.
Yeah.
I'm not finding the
Well,
right
thanks for calling me a
victim.
victim.
Well, it is.
Are you Butler's boss?
He is.
Okay,
Yeah.
then you're letting him get away with it.
I'm on
And
Tuddle's side
he's
on
taking
this.
advantage of it.
Yeah, but
I
he,
mean,
don't- but he
Tuddle's not
doesn't
wrong.
need. If I yelled at him, I'd be like, I'm just gonna go work for my wife.
That's true.
because my
but
wife's
you gotta-
rich
but-
and I don't care that much.
I think
gotta
his
be-
and then I'm
wife
like,
makes more
God,
money than
he
you.
left.
You got to be okay with that, though.
And guess what? If you hired me to do Butler's job, guess what? I'd show up every fucking day, and I'd be like, "All right, that's my boss. I got
I
to do what
know,
he tells me."
but then I'm sitting next to a crazy person.
Yeah. And you already sit
And then I'm
next to
like-
one crazy
And
person.
then I'm like, is that a gun? I don't talk about
Yeah.
it. You know, like, I don't know.
And that time you're talking about me, and I've got the gun. It's like
Yeah.
you
So,
guns to the left, guns to the right.
I
And you're
think
the only
I just don't-
unfeeling, logical person in town.
I think I just don't have it in me to be in a crazy world.
well, you
right?
want to be that, you know?
Because he lives in a crazy. I mean,
You're like
that
a stand-up-
compound. Not. I mean, multi-millionaire, accomplished, and made more than I'll ever have. I'm not talking shit. I'm saying he built this compound and surrounded himself with people that would do anything for entertainment. Right? That's the goal, right? In
Yes.
90s radio, you build a compound and then you.
No HR department. You don't have a program director. It's not a corporate setting.
But you find people that will do anything to be famous, right? Is that like
coming from the guy that pissed on a homeless man in your first stunt video?
And listen,
Okay,
I grew up that way. I wanted to be famous or like.
You grew up pissing on homeless men?
There wasn't a homeless guy. It was,
It
a,
was
it was a guy
passed
at a
out.
party. He was actually a correctional officer.
Oh.
That we
God.
got afraid.
His name was Rick Ross.
Oh.
Google it.
There's just some dickhead down in Miami.
Google it.
Also from Miami, right?
Not
Yeah,
what
yeah.
it seems.
I was at a
Not
party.
what it seems.
He's
Do your research.
Rick Ross claims that he was working from the inside out, but I don't know.
I mean, but don't judge me, man. You've done.
I'm not judging anybody.
No, I mean,
I'm asking.
This is going sideways, and he does have a gun.
Well, I mean, the thing is that you used to do that, so like you knew that made a name for yourself.
No, it's true. I mean,
Well, why drive us all the way over here and drive us all the way out to the edge of the Grand Canyon and not jump off, motherfucker? What are you going to do?
well, I don't know.
What happened?
You want to be this 90s radio guy. You have the king
I don't
in
think that
front of
exists
you.
anymore. I don't know if that content is
Bubba,
even.
is he still doing that kind of
Yes,
stuff?
yes, does it all the time.
I just don't
But
know
you don't
if it's
do
as
that.
popular.
You
right?
guys don't affiliate anymore, right?
I mean, we talk and stuff,
but you're okay now. You
Yeah.
guys are cool.
Like, the only reason to do the shock jock stuff at the time was because it was shocking that someone was doing it, right? And now with the internet, no one's shocked by it anymore, right?
Yeah, we're desensitized a
Because if
lot.
you want to see someone get the shit fan, you could type in shit fan and watch 1,000 shit fan videos or whatever.
It's a sad day when Blippy did the shit fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I'm just
that
saying-
means it's super common.
Everything's on TikTok, everything's on the internet. There's no more like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing this on the radio. What is that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's like.
And there's so much you can't do on the radio that you can do on the internet.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's just open it up. I don't, it's a form of entertainment that is by a past era.
Is
right?
that the worst thing you've ever
I
had
don't
to
know.
do?
One of the last things I did, they did the Squirt Olympics on the show to
The
see how much
squirt.
distance.
Tuddle.
Skiing's fluid.
Let me talk to you about this.
Yes.
So the new version.
He doesn't
I
like
wanted to hear about the squirt
Yeah,
contest.
Tom doesn't like sexual stuff. Like,
No,
he
I
doesn't
mean
like sport.
I was the guy having to measure it out, and sometimes
No, hold on.
like they weren't finished, and I would get a little
Was
bit.
the self-stimulated squirt
Yes, they were
situation?
using those Hitachi, those back rubbers, and they were. It was like a jet ski, shooting a rooster tail out.
Okay.
And then it squirted on you.
Yeah,
Was
I
Cabin
dig
Boy
some-
there? He loves that.
He does.
This guy, he can't get
He
enough.
said,
of it.
said,
Yeah.
how much
Yeah, he's like, I
He
showed
said
up.
he's going to sue us. he texted me that.
Oh my
Anyway,
God.
so you got squirt in the face.
Yeah, at a 12-foot distance.
What was this
Damn.
videotaped?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay. You see that?
Why are
He's looking for the video.
shaking for
Where is that video?
wants
Is
to see
it,
it.
is it on the internet?
And then the other weird one was when I had to oversee Super Blow 50 that they did.
What is that?
Well, these two cam girls can. I mean,
You can say anything you want.
All right,
Yeah. You just don't simulate
Okay,
anything.
yeah. Jenny Jizz.
I know Jenny Jizz.
Yeah, and this
She's
other
my daughter's babysitter. I'm kidding.
but they
Is
had
that the
this.
Busey girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
She gives the blowjobs to the people that to the veterans.
Yes.
Okay.
To thank them for their service, she gives them blowjobs.
So it was at the it was
I know. I'm
it
just
was
laughing.
at the race shop since I was the night.
You're the night
keeper.
manager?
Yeah, night manager. I had to-
we have
I had to-
Oh, Jenny Jizz giving blowjobs to veterans for their service.
So it was the weirdest thing. Everybody, and this is in an industrial park, okay, where they got barbed wire all over the place. There's this Spanish.
Wait, that's where
body
we
shop.
went, right? Or no?
No. This is over in Clearwater, and just the weird people that were showing up. This black midget showed up.
Wait a minute. This is all Busey's guy.
All right, you have to.
Was
you,
it-
you
No,
can't
no,
say that
no,
anymore.
Little person. Is it Midget Mac?
Yeah,
You can say proper name. You can't say. You can say
Yeah,
his
yeah.
name is Midget Mac. You can't say Midget Mac is a midget.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's the rules.
But, and then B-Fudd was officiating it. He was dressed up in a officiating, like, zebra outfit with a whistle.
B-Fudd has a
62 IQ.
yeah, lower IQ man.
And every time somebody would finish,
That's what she called us,
he would
lower
blow the
IQ.
whistle and they ended up, like, I think taking care of about 80 people that night.
All right.
Doing a
Now,
lot of good.
Where is Bubba Love Sponge at this point? Is he there?
He did not want to be.
I would like to think of him sitting on like
I had to
a
take care
hill
of
of hamburgers or something. Like,
Wait, what is this?
Like,
What is this for?
I don't know. I wanted to
they-
be in a king's throne or something.
They needed a place to do it, so they did. They did
I
it.
offered up my townhome, but it's a little too far.
So, Tuddle, I'm sure you've seen, and then we're going to go into what's been going on with you too lately, but this new thing with like Logan Paul boxing, it
You were doing this back in the day.
well, it screams of this. They're doing a form of this kind of entertainment that 90s radio did, but now it's social media, and now it's like recycled. Now they're doing the boxing thing again. Obviously, in much bigger, arenas and stuff, because you're fighting, an ex-boxer that was the best of all time. Like, this is insane, but it makes sense because the social media is so huge, the viewership is so huge. This is the new thing, but they're essentially doing the same recycled bits. This boxing bit where the host or the content provider
watched it too.
is boxing other people is as 90s radio
I finally
as
got
it
a chance
gets.
to
Right?
watch
But
it,
could
too.
I still box women in this day and age, though? Like,
Yeah.
and without getting blowback from it.
Yeah, you could. You're going to get some blowback, but yeah, if the women want to box you, yeah.
Dude, look at Barstool Sports. They don't give a shit. Like, their whole thing
it
is
just depends on if you can handle the blowback.
their whole thing is they are like immune to that because their audience wants that, right? So they probably don't even get that much blowback because all their audience wants it.
Right.
And so it's not like, people are watching their content and being offended by it because they're fucking watching their own content. So if you're
it's
into the Barstool Sports mentality, you're watching that and you like all that shit, the misogyny and all that.
If you're a purebred dog breeder, you don't worry about the people that say get their dogs from the pound because you're not in that circle.
I don't even
That make
think
sense?
there's that much blowback nowadays because everybody's watching their own shit.
Yeah, I mean, I should start doing stuff and sending it into Portnoy. Maybe something might kick off there.
I mean that's in the same realm because they do all that shit too, right?
Yeah.
It's like they're doing all the
Well, he's actually, which is weird. I know what he's doing. Like he's becoming friends with all these like famous TikTokers that are like young people. Have you noticed he's doing a lot of these interviews with these like YouTubers and TikTokers and stuff?
I have no idea. I don't follow him, but I would imagine he's doing the same thing everybody's doing, which is just basically promoting themselves through other social media channels and befriending other. I mean, we've tried to do it ourselves because that's what it seems like the new thing and the new way to promote yourself is
Network.
to network with other audiences.
Hate networking, yeah.
And just befriend other, social media influencers and stuff. And
hate friends.
it's a new business. But anyway, so Tuddle, you mentioned a little bit when you came in here that you dating a little bit again? Or what is it?
I've been going out like with a couple of different,
Nerd
women.
hall.
Now, I have noticed something. For some reason, I've gone on a streak of meeting these women that are into this astrology hippie type shit.
That's real hot right now.
Yeah, man. Swamp
Yeah.
hags love it.
And guess what?
Swamp hags love the stars.
Some of them have been some of the craziest ones of them all.
Oh,
like,
yeah, suck your dick with a wizard hat on. Seriously, they're crazy.
Like
Merlin's Vision used to be the place in DeLand. Remember Merlin's Vision?
Yeah.
You'd go there and get crystals and shit, and they had like in the center of the room, they had a triangle made of copper tubing. And when you walked in there, you could just tell, even as a young man, you'd look at that and you could just tell it had huge sexual energy.
You know what's weird? I've been one of the girls that I've been hanging out with. She lives in DeLand. She actually lives right next door to the house my mom grew up in.
Yes.
So that was kind of weird. But man, I went to a drag queen show in downtown DeLand, and I was like, when I was growing up, that shit would have never happened in DeLand back in the
DeLand's
day.
pretty cool. And
Yeah.
It's a nice little city, or town, rather.
So, Tuddle, when you go, because I have no idea about dating now or what the
Or
hell,
ever.
or ever. What do you take them on dates? Do you go to dinner, or what's the deal?
Bowling,
We
Sunshine Lanes.
well, one of them has a very high profile job. Well, they're not high profile, but makes really, really good money.
There you go.
And for the most part, she pays for all the meals.
Hell yeah,
Okay,
hit up that Carrabas, dog.
You got a sugar mama?
So she's slumming it with you. She's just trying.
Fuck you, Tom.
That's called the Titanic.
Yeah, you're like, can I order every meal for tomorrow from Macaroni Grill?
Do you?
Are we really going to play this game? today, Tom?
Do you
Or-
draw her in your PT Cruiser?
Okay. It's shot
I'm
across
just
the
fucking
bow.
with you.
It's shot across
You
the
can take
bow.
a shit fan and you can't take a little
That's
joking
true.
around?
No.
My God.
Well, this is psychological abuse. Shit fan is physical, and there is a
I think
difference.
it's a little bit of both, though. Yeah.
I'd rather have the shit fan than you
I
get in
don't
my
know.
brain.
What?
Don't get in my brain, bro.
But also, am
You
I
think right
lying?
now, after my dad passing, I'm in the right mental state
Yeah,
right
you're gonna
now?
take
that
advantage
you're-
of a man whose dad just died?
and you're gonna just try to make me feel like a piece
Why
of
would
shit.
you do that? We
okay.
invited our friend in to cheer him up.
I'm
His
not
dad
making
just
you feel-
passed away.
I-
You got a shit in his face?
I got my dad's F-150 now, so.
I think you got
Okay.
it better than Tom, though. You're getting poon. You got your meals paid for, right?
Yeah.
You're getting that crystal
Living
poon,
a better
too.
life.
Now,
You're getting those fucking fairy blowjobs.
now, she had been buying and buying, but we went to this one place in Ormond, and Volusia County.
Where'd you
is,
go?
Riptides.
Yeah,
Okay.
buddy. Yeah.
So the manager noticed who I was, came up to the table and said, "Are you Tuddle? Okay.
Are you drunk in the butt?
No, are you Tuddle? Okay, so the bill was like going to be like $100. The guy brought the bill and it was nothing. Like he didn't charge.
Oh,
anything. Now, what is more impressive, the chick, flipping the bill on a lot of the meals, or me getting a free meal for us off of my name?
Her making a lot of money is more impressive.
Nah, I don't know. The free meal, that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah,
Even
but
rich
it's- I
people
mean-
can't get that.
I
You see
mean,
what I'm saying?
we're talking mozzarella sticks and fried fish. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah. Now,
What are we talking here?
Did he-
waffle fries?
is that an old school radio person?
Salad.
Or like
No, he knew me from The Crow when I worked in Daytona
Whoa!
Beach.
No, from The Crow.
Yeah.
Excuse me, did you play Three Doors Down?
The comped meal is always sweet.
I love the comp meal, but I got into a habit a long time ago because of Ed Till, and it sucks, but I always do it. I always tip when I'm comped.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I do too.
No, so the full
but not
price.
Daniel's tipping.
I tip the full price.
full bill instead of
To the
tipping
person.
on the comp
Because-
bill. Yeah, of course you tip on the comp bill.
Because the
but-
way I always looked at it was a free meal to begin with. And he knows I always do this. This isn't like I'm just trying to brag. This is like a thing I picked up from Ed Till, and I kind of like it. Because the server is always on tilt when you get a comp meal. Well, 90% of the time they're on tilt when you get the comp meal because they know they're not going to get tipped out of
Right.
it. So if, let's say, the bill's $100, the bill was going to be $100. I just pay $100, and
Right.
then I'm
you
done.
actually
Yeah,
save
yeah,
money
that's a
because
cool
you
move.
save
and I
money
give
on the tip.
Yeah, you save money on the tip. I give the 100 to the waitress or waiter, and then they will always remember it.
Yeah.
And then I won't be like one of those radio guys that has a novelty license plate who doesn't tip, who then they start passing that around on blogs and Reddit, and it just gets out of control.
6% of 0 is 0, buddy. So that's the way I look at it. I'm just saying. So this one girl, and I'm not gonna say where she works, but so I know that she had been in a very serious relationship recently that she had just gotten out of. Okay, so I was staying at her house a couple of nights. She has a studio apartment type thing. Okay. And the boyfriend that she just broke up with, that I think she still kind of has, feelings for, we're sleeping in bed, and all I hear is this big knock, and it sounded like police knock. You know how it sounds.
Is that big dick nerd in there? I'm gonna rip his fucking big nerd dick off.
So I said, somebody's at your door.
Open up! I know you're in there with Poindexter.
But anyways, I said somebody's at your door, and she opens it up, and she's like, "Oh it's my ex," and
Get in the closet. Hold this video camera.
No, you want to know? You want to know what I did? Like, I made sure that I pulled the covers down so you could kind of see that because it's a studio apartment. I didn't even acknowledge the guy. I didn't even roll over. I just sat right and laid in the bed.
Dude, Tom could never do that. You did the one thing Tom is incapable of doing.
I thought that was a bigger fuck you thing than anything. Not
you
even
laid there with it rolled down like I just got done fucking getting at it.
Yeah.
Yo.
But I mean, nothing happened that night. But I was like, if you're gonna come in and just beat on the door, just because you see somebody sitting or somebody's car parked out front,
doesn't matter.
And
that's a good move.
Is it ballsy or is it don't care if I die? Because there's two different feelings, man. Is it brave or not caring about this guy killing you?
Well, if you are using logic, the likelihood of that guy killing
True.
both
Yeah,
of
yeah.
you is probably pretty low, right?
It is low, but in the double murder scenario, highest likelihood. Right?
Well, you are in Florida, so you have that. That gives you like
That's
what,
how-
10% higher at least.
And that's how people get murdered. It's not the random. It's the jealous ex-boyfriend.
Oh yeah, the passion.
I didn't care. I really didn't care.
So did
you
he
have
say?
me beat. You have me beat. I was once doing a girl doggy style while her kid knocked on the door, and I'm virtually certain he opened the door and saw my bare ass like pumping his mom.
Wait, so
from
wait,
behind.
so the mom wasn't facing towards the door and you were behind.
No, we were
so you
in.
couldn't see
Okay,
the
we were
titties
in,
like.
No, we were a foot of the bed, both of our asses facing the door. He knocks on the door
We
behind
got a
us.
straight shot of your BH.
Yeah, and I look over my shoulder and I see the door open, and I'm virtually certain it was her son because he was holding a blanket and sucking his thumb.
All right.
Did you let him watch for a little bit, or did you like get out of here?
She was like, "Hold on a second." Then she like went and talked to him.
Did that kill the boner though?
Nothing kills my boner.
Let's take a break.
It's a goddamn Infinity Gauntlet.
Have you do you have any stories like? Oh, Tom, yeah. No, you don't have any stories like that.
He hates it.
I don't have any weird, creepy stories
No.
like that. Thank you.
You know, you would love to have some type of experices like that. Some type of stories.
Wait, the ex-boyfriend thinking like, think I'm going to get murdered, or the kid watching me bone his mom? None of that sounds good. Let's take a quick break.
Okay.
And then we'll come back with some mail on mail. And then Tuddle, you can hang out with us and help us answer some questions.
Oh, you're not going to kick him out like you'd planned earlier? He told me he'd planned on kicking you out of first segment.
And I got tuning forked the other day too. Again, like the sound therapy thing.
What does that mean?
Well, it's using tuning forks, and you know, it's a very sensual type thing. That
Is this with your girlfriend?
well, with one of the other astrology.
with one
chicks.
of these, he's dating these wizards
Right.
that will tuning fork his cock.
Is this-
where they hit the ding, ding, and they put the vibrations?
Well,
just in
first
his...
they start off by burning sage,
Yeah.
and blowing the smoke and stuff on you. Okay.
Is it a scenario where, and this, Tuddle, I know you're going to take offense to this, but I do not mean that this to offend you, but the women that are left in Volusia County, right? No, I'm just saying. At a certain age range of Tuddle, you know what I'm saying? Give or
How
take.
old are you now?
40.
40? All right, that's fine.
That
How old are you, Tom?
a lot of 39. I'm in the 30 club.
30 club, yeah.
Me and Sam.
30s, yeah.
I'm still young.
I'll turn 45 in a couple of days, so don't worry about it. I'm the oldest here.
So anyway, the women that are left,
Fuck the second amount of most amount of women here.
astrology,
Maybe Sam.
manatees. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a certain.
Well, I haven't even gotten.
Scenario.
I haven't even gotten to the lesbian pickers that I've been hanging out with as of late. So,
I love that show.
Well, what is that?
well, I mean, okay, this. Oh, I thought you wanted to go to break.
Nah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
We have no.
He gave up.
We can just do. I just try to get out of it. Then I realized, oh fuck it.
Okay.
I was like, wait, it doesn't even matter.
Oh my God.
He'll pull you back in.
Okay, so this weird
People may want to hear the story, may not. Don't know.
this weird guy
Don't care.
Welcome back to Cutler Talk. We're the Cutlers.
Yeah, we'll see where this goes. Probably bad.
this weird guy pulls up with an RV and he's got like all these trailers. Like he's like the white Fred Sanford, okay?
Okay.
He comes out of his trailer, he's wearing a Pornhub shirt, and on the back of it, it's got his username, which is fuck machine. And it's got his phone number where people can call him if they want to hang out with fuck machine.
Okay, all right. I like fuck machine.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, well, he had two.
Can we interview him?
Yeah, I could. Then he had two women with him. Like one was 36, the other one was 23. But they're a lesbian couple from North Carolina that moved down here, and all they do is just collect garbage and turn around and sell it. Like
metal scrapping stuff, or
just
like
anything and everything. Like they had like 20 bicycles out front, and it just so they started hanging out. They started helping out my mom and stuff, going through the hard time.
Yeah,
they call her Miss Sally, very, very nice. And I took them to the flea market one day, and they were like, hey, this is how we eat, because they like to go to those middle, like, concession stands at flea markets. And
that's where they get their groceries.
Yeah, I ate garbage.
We need 9 funnel cakes.
I ate garbage pizza for the first time.
What do you mean?
They picked out the pizza that they threw in the garbage at the end of the day. And
you're eating out of the trash.
The Tiger King scenario.
Really sad.
Yeah, think about that when you're performing cunnilingus on the girl. You just ate trash pizza.
What's interesting is if I'm going to eat pizza out of the garbage, I'm not going to the worst place ever. Right? I'm going to Sbarro in the mall.
Well, yeah.
Or some
you go to Windermere and you pull up behind, Tiger Woods' home and you find a Papa John's.
Yeah.
You're like, it's not bad. I'm not going to judge you.
I'm not going where the actual restaurant is only a little bit richer than I am.
Yeah. Like, I don't get my fresh drinking water from Mike Busey's toilet. I'm just saying.
You go to the fancy place and get the fancy garbage. Because their garbage.
Well, guess
seriously, there is fancy garbage.
The fancy places, they eat all the goddamn food, so there's no garbage left over.
You're at the Daytona flea market?
Yeah, Daytona flea market.
Now, why are you eating the garbage?
Because he wants to eat her later.
No, I
Did you end up fucking him?
No.
But you want to fuck him?
No, I don't. No,
dude, they're lesbians.
Yeah, they're not interested.
You're different than me. I forget everybody to want to fuck everybody.
Anyways, I
want to fuck everything.
They took me out to the homeless encampment out in the woods to do some interviews that I need to edit down. But like there's some.
Oh, you did a homeless show? We did that years ago.
Yeah, but this is deep in the woods.
This might be interesting. Then ours was really sad.
So there are a lot of woods people and that live off of scrapping and picking up people's garbage, reselling
garbage
it. Just like you're making little money at a time, and then
you're hustling.
I like to think that I do that, but with ideas.
And so it is. Did you interview them about their way of life? Do they want to get out of this? They're fine with what they are doing.
They've gone from place to place, but like every single guy except me, maybe that's because I'm a fucking pussy or something. But they, all the older guys, are all like, just wanting to try to fuck them and stuff, and it ends up turning out bad for them. So they I'm sure like they go through some really, really hard times and stuff, but like I just found it to be interesting because some people probably like that type of life, not like carefree.
I've had a dream about doing that, but I've through talking and therapy, like candidly, and just on good days, I'll go in and talk to my therapist, and it won't be like I'm telling her sad shit. And we'll try to figure out why there are certain things that I enjoy. And there is a lack of responsibility that I think about with, my whole theory about living under a bridge in a little tent. There's no responsibility. The only thing I have to do that day, like I'm not having to care for my daughter. I don't have to like do things here. I don't have to edit or do anything. I don't have to perform. I don't have to like babysit anybody or be anything to any listener or any member.
Yeah.
Or, I literally just living. I'm just living, and then my only responsibility is to make sure that I'm alive. Now, in this scenario, my daughter and wife are not connected to me, and I know it's super selfish, but it's the feeling. But there is an ultimate amount of like security I get in thinking that I could do that, and there's something peaceful about that, and I don't know what it is.
So Fuck Machine got jealous that they were hanging out with us.
There we go. Now we're back.
Fuck Machine.
They were putting some of their stuff. I'm sure there probably could be some stolen stuff in my shed. And the guy was out there trying to like pry open the door because I had it locked.
I'm going to get my hula hoops out there. There's like 35 hula hoops I got to flip.
And I pulled the shotgun on him and told him I don't know how things work up in Georgia, but, there's something called stand your ground or castle doctrine here. And he backed off.
So you threatened to kill Fuck Machine with a shotgun. I should have got a break. I should have got my first instinct was right. Also, it turns out with the lack of responsibility, there's a correlation with lack of money. And then you're like, I don't have to do anything, but my life stinks.
I have to sell my shotgun.
It's hot as fuck. And what's happening stinks. Anyway, that's what it seems like. You're like, he's so free. But look at him. It's rough going.
Yeah, it is a rough go. You want to take a break now?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do it. Sounds like an educational program, doesn't it? No, it's just
does,
music
a
from
little.
Turnstile. Remember Turnstile?
Turnstile, yeah.
A lot of people hate them. I think it's unfortunate
husband loves
that
them.
people throw hate on them. I like these guys. I know our barber hates them hard.
I'm not a big fan. But
Well, I like this new single, though. This is their newest single called Mystery. We'll be right back. Have fun.
I have purchased, I'll say me and my wife have purchased 5 different vehicles from our 2 dealership sponsors.
All at the same time, too.
Oh, yeah. It's
Hard for you to decide which vehicle to drive. It's like a rapper's driveway.
I am going bankrupt. Because
I make poor financial decisions.
Barney said you don't need 5 vehicles.
But
you just
I
need
want
one.
5 vehicles.
But of course, I started off with the Subaru Forester. I purchased that from Sports Subaru.
That was your sensible dad face.
Yeah, and then that led to me getting the WRX.
Yes, that was your slit wagon.
And around the same time, my wife got a pre-owned Traverse from Sports Subaru.
Back to the moms.
Yeah. Then I traded in her Traverse for my truck that I got, a Silverado from Don Mealy Chevrolet in Claremont.
Jumbo donkey butt wagon.
Talked to J.C. Harrelson from there. Then my wife, because she loved her Traverse so much, got a brand new Traverse at Don Mealy Chevrolet in Claremont.
Back to the moms.
Yeah, and so whether you want a Subaru, Mitsubishi, or you're looking for a Chevrolet,
we got a contact
Corvette,
for you. Yeah, we got a guy. Talk to Mike Stacks if you're on that Subaru or that Mitsubishi side. Talk to J.C. Harrelson if you're on that truck or that Corvette side, that Chevy side.
Yeah,
and just jump to the front of the line. It's cool that we are now we have like correspondents that you can talk to at each of our little our clients. We're like, hey, just go talk to this guy. It'll kind of bump you up higher.
Because it's good to talk to someone you know, because they know you're a Tom and Dan listener. They're going to give you that VIP treatment. They're going to treat you well because they know that you're going to tell us how your experience was. And it's important to us. So anyway, if you're looking for a vehicle, new, pre-owned, lease, Don Mealy Chevrolet in Claremont. Also, Sport Subaru, Sport Mitsubishi right there on West Colonial Drive.
I believe that's on Fact Records. That's Clowns with Does It Matter? Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha's here. No Butler. Still on vacation and will be for about the next 6 weeks because he is on an African safari. And then our good friend Tuddle is here. Hello, Tuds.
Hey, do you need me to? I mean, come on, Tom. Let's talk here. Well, while Butler's gone, I can. What are you willing to pay for me to fill in?
Okay,
right now.
Well,
you pay Butler so much that I don't know.
Now, is this paid vacation? Do you still pay him when he doesn't show up? Or is that how soft you are?
Oh, yeah, everybody gets paid. So
everybody gets paid.
Can we do some sort of content with you, Tuddle? Because you are a king of content.
Yeah, what do you want?
I don't know.
Man on the street stuff? I'll go out and interview people and get you sound bites. Do whatever.
I do love a good Tuddle man on the street. Because nobody is more fearless.
Do you want me to start finding out where local news reporters are going to be and fucking up their live shots?
What's right in the pussy, that kind of thing.
Should we start a fucker in the pussy?
We gotta yell something else out.
I was thinking the other day, I was like, there was a time where celebrity, if you saw a celebrity that it was a big deal. I think it was more of a big deal because you're like, oh, that person made it on TV or movies or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Accomplish something through working or acting or whatever the hell they did to be famous. I'm talking about 20 years ago. And now it's like social media, you could have 1 million views. Big Tim's, millions of people know who he is through TikTok. But it's weird because it doesn't really, it's kind of like a nothing almost nowadays. If you're social media famous, it doesn't have that same like category of like, oh, it's kind of like, and then I equated it to the guy that's yelling in the back of the news. Like everybody saw that guy, and that guy could be like, "Hey, I'm the guy that yelled on the news," and then it's like, "Oh yeah," but it's not like you're not like, "Oh, famous." It doesn't mean the same thing. It's like, yes, everybody saw him. That's like social media.
Yeah, like 6 years ago. Remember, everybody knew, or longer than that. Remember, everybody knew the golden voiced bum.
Oh yeah.
But you don't know his name. You know of him. You knew that there was one, but you don't like a naked cowboy. You know of him, but you don't know his name.
Not to take anything away from social media people that are famous, because they do have a hardcore version, like section of their audience. But for the most part, it's almost like a throwaway fame, right? It's like they're like, oh yeah, that's the person. I don't know if it means the same. Like if you see a famous TikToker or social media influencer, are you as excited as an actor or actress?
I think it depends.
Is it because I'm old man that
it would only matter if that's something that is in your. Okay, I'm trying to think. Like, I am relatively active because of what I do on social media.
Yeah.
If I saw a social media influencer out, I would be like, to my wife, I'd be like, hey, I think that's.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be like over the moon excited just because that's who I am.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't over the moon excited when I saw Bill from Mastodon at the Vortex in Atlanta, and he was eating a hamburger next to me with his dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, it depends how important the person is to you. So.
Right. Well, so like, I'm not a big, unless it's a superstar. Like if I'm at the Vortex, I see Elton John. Now we got a problem. The one time that I saw Tim Tebow with my wife on Disney property, that was a bigger deal. It had energy. You can feel the energy when the person has it.
I'm just saying, like, back in the day, even if I wasn't into someone, if I found out if someone was like a news anchor or on TV or on the radio or whatever, it was like, oh, like it was like a bigger deal. Now, if you're like, oh, this person's got millions of followers,
well, is it because you've
less of a deal?
But you've interviewed these people, you've been around these people. How many different famous?
Don't,
that's true. I don't know. I'm just asking the question. Is it like that out there?
We're missing something that I think is that should be relatively obvious here, is that it means less because I think that we're conditioned to think that they do it themselves. And when it's DIY, I feel like it's less of a big deal because I think you're more relatable just because of the fact that you're doing your own work. Does that make sense? So like Juan says, like, if I saw Catfish Cooley, we had that guy in, big time influencer. If you saw him on the street, he'd be like, big fucking deal. But if you see, like, let's say local newscaster Martha Sagowski, you think, oh, that's a bigger deal.
That's what I'm saying. Even though Catfish Cooley has more viewers.
But if Catfish Cooley's a fan of his saw him, that'd be a bigger deal.
I'm saying I am a fan. I'm just saying that it hasn't been like he's already using social media actively and is active in my mind, which makes him instantly relatable where she is not. So based on that and that only, she is kind of a bigger deal to see out and interact with than he would be.
To you, but not to the person that's a fan.
I'm saying it doesn't matter. No, I'm saying even if I am a fan, because I think he does it himself. Does that make sense?
I would go the opposite. If I was a fan of an influencer and I saw them out, I think it would be a bigger deal to me.
I'll say, by the way, it's National Iced Tea Day. I am drinking an mango iced tea White Claw in honor of it, as is Tom Van.
Oh, yeah.
He's got one, too.
I ended up getting blocked on all social media by a certain news reporter because I commented on that donk because usually they don't do like wide shots, and I didn't realize how curvy and how great of an ass.
Something inappropriate.
Yeah, I was just commenting. I was like, you guys need to do more like shots from the waist down on this chick, Nadine Yanez.
Oh yeah, while she's saying the news, you show her badonk and puss.
Well, I mean, if you look at all the Spanish news meteorologists, they always do the side shot of the tight ass dress.
There's a
and the big old ass.
They're not. If they're Spanish, they are not called meteorologists. They're called margarita.
Let's do some mail on mail.
Oh my god!
Sounds like a terrible.
Oh my god! Hold on.
Have you ever heard of
one? I hit Mike from Mike's weather page.
So Tom, you're not very good at segues, are you?
No,
but here, he doesn't need it. Here, just
it's overrated too.
Oh my God, it's National Herbs and Spices Day, so get your KFC on, somebody says in the chat room.
The place to find real action with real men. To make it even better, we've got new low prices. So low, we're practically giving it away free.
If you are a man seeking a woman, press 1. If you are a woman seeking a man, press 2. If you are a man seeking a man, press 3.
Mail on mail.
Mail on Mail brought to you by OrlandoCPA.net. If you need an accountant, if you need a financial advisor, Bernie's the man. Just go to them. If you've got a small business like we do, we've been using Bernie and his team for years, and they've been great. Plus, it comes with the added value of financial advising. So he could set up 401ks, the 529s for your kids' college, retirement plans, all that. And
all of that.
Fix your, if you got old 401ks.
Well, my wife had like 3 different 401s that needed to be consolidated. Also, if you order now, Break Your Wind Show, you get a free box of steak.
OrlandoCPA.net. First email.
Okay. This email is entitled, I Heart Dick Pics.
All right.
I have a confession.
Butler.
I am a chick who loves dick pics. I would never post this on the BDM page because it would be like that one time when I was a kid and my uncle made a 10-foot ice cream sundae in an upside-down rain gutter and handed all of the kids spoons. And before you ask, the gutter was brand new and cleaned out before he filled it with ice cream. I don't want to know what kind of filth was left in that gutter when we were done with it. I digress. I legitimately love dicks of any size, shape, and color. I love them at different angles, filters, and backgrounds, except one. I cannot abide a toilet dick pic. With all the fucking backgrounds and editing techniques known to man, how the fuck do I keep getting toilet dick pics? I even got a urinal pic once. Get it together, you heathens, and send me your peens if you can figure out who I am. Love, a dick chick. P.S. I'm aware that my email address has my name. I trust Sam to keep that a secret. If you are not Sam and you are reading this, I will send you blue waffles every day from now to eternity if you share my identity.
But the blue waffle thing doesn't bother me. Will this lady, because Akeem, our friend Akeem Woods, the comedian, he had a business for a while during the pandemic where I believe you could send him a dick pic and he would tell you what's wrong with the pic and how to take a better picture of your dick.
Yeah. With the new iPhone cameras, how you can do the wide angle, like you could get really, really close. It does.
0.5.
Yeah, it does help out a lot.
Because if you put it down near the base and you shoot it from the base out.
Can I get her email?
Now,
I got to keep it anonymous.
Yeah, but he's got a big dick.
She wanted a dick pic.
She wants you to figure it out.
So what is it?
And she really doesn't want dick pics.
So is it that she enjoys seeing the
She's
dick?
a fan of dicks.
Well, I enjoy tit pics. I don't care what your tits look like. I'm not here to judge you or whatever you are. I don't have to sleep with you. I mean, you are who you are.
Just
but
leave the toilets out of it.
Send me all the tits.
Can I tell you the pictures that I like the most are like, I noticed this when I was married, and it's not like I'm into like toilet cams or anything, but I noticed the way that when a woman sits down like this, that crease that you get like where the leg meets the hip. I love
dip, you dip, we dip.
Yeah, those I don't know. I know it's weird.
That is weird. Don't ever say that. Don't tell your girlfriend that.
I have to cut that out. Don't tell any of your fairy wizards that you're into that.
So is it the actual, just the picture of a penis that she likes? Because she can get that on the internet 10,000
Well, no, it's not about
times.
that.
It's a personal...
It's the whimsy of getting a dick from someone that, like,
is it better
dick.
if she knows the person? Because this goes back to my whole theory. It's better if you know the person. Why OnlyFans is so popular.
Can we talk to this person at all or not?
I can email her back and ask.
And are dick pics more valuable if the guy shows his face in that picture as well, too? Because
it's collateral.
I would say that definitely, because it legitimizes. It's like a certificate of authenticity. When you put your face...
Or you take a picture of a dick and have a piece of paper with her name on it, kind of like...
No, I think your face has got to be in there if you want to, like, really...
So this is an anomaly, right? Women, for the most part, don't want a dick pic sent to them.
Well, not without you, like, not without, like...
Without consent?
Yeah, without consent.
Don't just randomly send dick pics.
Even with consent, it seems like
It depends on the person. Like, I enjoy them from my husband, but I don't want just random dudes sending me dick
See,
pics.
I think the whole thing.
I think a lot of women don't even enjoy just a picture. I think my wife wouldn't be, because she's not visually. She want more emotionally stimulated than she's like, just seeing a picture of your dick doesn't do anything for me.
I mean, I'm visually stimulated, but I'm not sure I'm the type of guy that would want my wife shooting me a photo. I'm not going to say I don't want it, but I'm not going to say that if I saw it, I'd be like, oh, yeah, I got to go. You know,
well, for guys, it's different.
I'm just going to be like, I got a picture of my wife. I'd rather make love to my wife.
Yeah, but you would. I mean, I think most guys want the pictures because we look at, we're visually.
I'm just saying
creatures.
I'd rather make love to my wife than the pictures.
Yeah. I think everybody would. I'm just liking the dick pic. I'm trying to examine what do they like about it. Is it is it like this makes me horny?
Yeah.
Or is it?
No, I think there's some novelty
it's like
in
a
here,
trophy
too, 'cause
case.
she said
It's like
all
a
dicks.
Big game hunter.
Yeah.
And it's impossible for all dicks to make you horny because all girls don't make me horny.
Yeah.
I'll ask her.
Does she go on the Discord page? Does she like all red trappy dicks?
Yeah. Oh, ashy.
The ashy.
Scaly dicks. Look like dragon's eggs.
Mine gets dehydrated sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, it's like I've been in a dehydrator.
You got to Gatorade that thing.
I could probably guess who this is too.
Oh,
I'm gonna guess during the break.
You don't know any of the BDM's names.
I know their nicknames.
He does.
Guess. If you get it right, we'll cut
Little
it out.
John.
Are you the type of guy that, like, when you meet somebody, you put him in your phone as, like, John, I met him at Tijuana Flats. So it's like, John Tijuana Flats.
No, but he does Tijuana John, actually, is what he would have done.
Concrete Mike is what they do, usually, and their name, or it's their nickname that I've come up with, or it's the wrong name that I thought their name was.
Like DeBerry Joe, or that guy's name is Josh, I think.
Yeah, he'll always be DeBerry Joe.
That's a wrong name.
Doesn't even live in DeBerry either.
All right, here is your first voicemail.
Hey, Tom and Dan, Sam and Butler, not Trav, that's a different show. Okay, so you guys used to talk about News Granny, and that was funny and stuff like, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years ago. Maybe it was a different time. But my mom now lives with me, and she just turned 60. She's pretty hip and cool, I guess, for a crazy old cat lady. But you know what I like about my mom? She wears jean shorts that have, like, ripped up thighs, and she wears a Rusty brand tank top. Rusty, that is old school Florida surf. So, like, News Granny? Yes, no, maybe? Thank you, bye-bye.
That ship has sailed. We no longer want a news granny.
You're speaking for the whole show. All right.
The fact that she...
Fair enough. We don't want a news granny. You heard Tom.
I don't get a voice here.
He talked to everybody, me and Sam and Butler, and he decided that we don't need a news granny.
It's like the happy ending at a seedy massage place. If you can tell they want to do it, not as good. Like like the fact that your mom seems like a person that's willing to do this makes the whole bit.
We can make her unwilling to do it. I feel confident that she could do it twice, and we'd get her out of here.
Why do it, though?
Yeah.
Man, eventually we're going to get to a point where we say that about everything.
I can get mom to do it.
Oh, he couldn't do that. That'd be disrespectful.
It's, listen, I'm always down for, it's hard because the bit is funnier in our head with an old lady reading the news to us who is a professional, like NPR.
Yes,
like
Diane Rehm.
Yeah, and then she is reading us serious stuff, and we're
so you
just
want like
shit.
A Claire Metz almost, like a Claire Metz.
No, we can't afford a Claire Metz.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Well, we got Metz Lounge as a watering hole. Maybe we got
Claire,
some connections here.
And
Claire
she knows my wife, and she's the best.
She's been around forever.
Awesome.
She is the best, but I don't think we can hang with her, man.
But like Daniel was right earlier this week when we were talking about doing a bit or whatever, and we're like, this would be funny if we did this. And then we talked it out, and we're like, well, that's under what we think is going to happen and would be funny, but it never happens like that.
Yeah, it never happens like that.
And so when then you put these two people together or do this thing or have this person on the show, it's never what you think of it's going to be. And then it always goes back to just run it live, run it improv. The best stuff happens there.
It does. It absolutely
does. You
does.
bring in a news granny, she sits there, and then it's awkward as shit, and then Or she starts playing into it, being like, I'm the cool, hip news granny.
You hired a news dummy. You got Seth in here every other week. So might as well throw a granny in there, too.
So walk me through how these creative meetings go. Like,
we don't have it's just Tom rambling.
We don't really have
What do you do?
I start
Take
talking,
an Adderall and get really high before you come in, and then you're just spouting off all these ideas and stuff?
I'm saying cockamamie ideas.
Shooting salad.
Everybody's not listening to me. Then I talk in circles, and then end up at a conclusion that'll never work, and then go back to doing nothing.
He usually talks himself out of his own ideas.
Why do you do that? Just go for it, though.
That's what I say.
Like, I mean, it's not like
he's not a go
they
for it
all
guy.
fail. That's why.
Oh, man.
Then you make fun of the bit. It's not like we've never done.
He's tired of making fun of the bit.
It's like if you've crashed 1,000 motorcycles, then you're like,
eventually you're like,
then hang up the helmet.
You're like, the next one's gonna be a crash.
You know what? I'll try these roller skates.
All right, next
First
email.
Okay, second email.
No, second email.
Proper flop choice. So Tom is talking about flops not being proper shoes and hurting his feet. The problem is not the flops as a shoe, but the type of flops. I personally am a reef guy and only wear flops. I counted recently, and including my backup sets of flops in each of my vehicles in case a strap breaks, I own 22 pairs of flops and 2 pairs of real shoes. Try the Reef Cushion or the Orthopedic series. I prefer the Cushion series because the base of the shoe is much more dense foam than the supportive enough to eliminate the heel and back pain, but still comfortable. I wear the Ortho series when we're Disneying or 10-plus mile walking days. Also, I have rated my flops good for 350 miles before they become backup or yard flops. I don't like just calling them flops. I need the flip in front.
He runs miles on his fucking flops? Like, he's like, I run 300 miles on these flops, got to turn them in, lose my auxiliary. What the fuck are you doing?
I think he has to, put 350 miles on them before he turns them into his backups or yard
Orthopedic,
flops.
I used to wear ortho heel flops. Remember those?
What
they have a higher arch.
Okay.
And they're better. They make you stand proper.
But I'm wearing Olakai is, that's comparable or better than Reef, right?
But they're not orthopedic. I mean, they're made for people that aren't like a man of your age, where your arches have sagged.
The problem with me getting orthopedic flip-flops, which sounds stupid to begin with, is I won't be cognizant to put them on for the long walk. I'll just put on whatever's closest to me.
Well, you got to get rid of the other ones and only have orthopedics.
I've never noticed how skinny your fucking legs are.
They're sticks. They're sticks.
No,
Those are the AIDS brooms.
I'm just what has happened as you've lost weight? Like I've never known anybody that just loses weight in their legs.
Well, it's also because his shorts are getting shorter, so you see more of the sticks.
My legs have always been the size, even when I was fatter. Like,
just to wear.
I've lost all my weight in the muffin. My legs weren't fat at all.
He is the real life SpongeBob SquarePants. Literally, like the little.
I have no fat on my legs whatsoever.
It's like you don't muscle either.
It's like you're like Mr. Glass, like you could break brittle bones or something.
I just need my legs to bring my gigantic upper body
bring
to
my
danger.
muscles to punch. Bring my punching muscles.
I don't need big legs for nothing. Plus, something's wrong with my genetics. I have tiny legs.
Does your dad have tiny legs?
He never showed them. He wore jeans.
Diesel
mechanic jeans.
Ask your mom.
Timmy,
Timmy
your sister
was skinny anyway.
Your sister
like
has
an MMA fighter.
better legs than you.
Yeah.
Your
I
mama,
don't know.
does she have skinny legs?
I mean, just regular Florida lady.
Florida ladies?
I don't know.
My mom had, Florida ladies.
It looks, but my legs look skinny comparatively to my giant muffin. See what I'm saying?
You don't have a giant muffin, though. It's just
like Tuddle's dick. Like, he doesn't, like, his frame is small, so it makes his dick look bigger, even though he does have a sizable dick. If Tuddle was 300 pounds, he'd be like, that guy's got an average dick. But Tuddle's skinny, so gigantic hog.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I have a bald patch on my pubic mound because I have this hernia that's starting to come in, and I'm constantly pushing it in, and I'm rubbing like friction style. I looked in the mirror the other day after I showered because I've been working out.
Surgery shouldn't be hand pushing it in.
Well, there's like a bare patch there, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to shave it all down.
You shaved your hernia pubes down, huh?
So hold on, you're making Samantha too horny. She can't do her job.
My God.
Yeah, it's slipping slip and slide over here, boys.
I don't know if you need new jeans.
You can't work her up like that. I need her.
She just fell off her chair.
Whatever. Okay, I'm sorry that I've talked about my hernia and ass clit already today.
Well,
I'm sure that you're after going to Carrabba's with your rich girlfriend. She wants to suck your dick, and you got to tuck your hernia in. And,
it's not that bad.
They're getting in her eyes because they're flying out.
It's not that bad.
You said you rubbed a bald patch in your pants because you keep pushing your hernia in.
What is it? Because that's something that...
Go to the goddamn doctor.
Because Tuddle sat here and he's like, all right, we're doing these voicemails, emails, right? We're going along. I'm talking some shit. And then he's like, I need to say something extreme.
Hernia.
But it's not like but that's what you want, right? He's the ultimate entertainer. It doesn't matter. He's like, I haven't said something extreme.
You know what? You're the greatest showman.
You're not honest with your audience, Tom.
You're the greatest showman.
You lie to them every day.
I'm honest. I just started. I was like, well, I'm gonna leave this off because that's too far. And don't gotta say that anymore. But I do respect.
I don't got to say that anymore.
Okay, listen, I'm sorry that I'm sharing.
No, I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
Do any of your romantic partners have a problem with your pube patch?
No, I mean, I told you I shaved it down. So,
yeah, but I mean, do they notice the hernia?
No, it's not that bad.
Does it pop out during coitus?
No. When I'm active, it's pretty good. No, it doesn't hurt at all.
Do you need to get it stitched up, right? You got to.
I probably will.
I had a hernia when I was a kid. They had to stitch it out. I used to have a scar. Where they had to tuck my guts back in and then stitch it.
Like hernia surgery?
Yeah.
How the hell do you get that?
I don't know. When I was born, all my guts started falling out of my abdomen. Yeah, and then they had to tuck it. I was preemie.
The worst one is when the guts go into the old ball sack, because that can happen as well too.
I didn't know your guts could go into your ball sack.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've never.
Is it an email or is it voicemail?
It's a voicemail.
Voicemail.
Shut the fuck.
All right.
We just got off flip flops and then somehow got the hernias.
Dallas BDM here. I was just listening to the latest Kanye Twitty show. And you were talking about the soapy butt metal picture and how it looks laser engraved or something like that. More than likely, that sounds like a dye sublimation print, which is a type of print technology that I do for my job. I'm not an operator. I run a large program within a Fortune 500 company that does this sort of print technology. It's extremely boring. Don't know if it qualifies for Weird Job Wednesday, but yeah, that's what I do. So, all right. Bye.
Interesting that gentleman called to tell us that because I wonder what he thought. He's like, these guys got it wrong. It's not laser. It's supplement.
It's not a laser soapy butt. It's a sublimation of a butt on a metal print. You know Tom's wife hung a picture of her ass in their bathroom, right?
No, really?
Yeah.
Tuddle didn't need to know that. Why'd you tell him?
Be honest with Tuddle.
Yeah, you lie to your listeners. He just said
you're
that.
Lying to him too.
Now, what?
They all know.
What kind of? What is
it's
she
a White
wearing?
Claw iced tea. It's like 5%.
It's just her
it's bare ass.
It's like a tasteful boudoir.
How's the thigh gap looking?
Oh, good.
I've
seen it. No, I've seen it.
No, I mean, you're talking about it,
dude. It's pristine. You know what a porcelain doll looks like?
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Okay.
Describing a Florida richmun. I was recently catching up on a BDM show where you guys were describing the quintessential rich Florida richmun.
Yes.
Although the description was almost 100% on, I couldn't help but notice one piece of richmun lifestyle was missing. That is the $450,000 center console fishing boat.
Yeah.
Of course, everything that goes along with the boat is included also. The F-650 super truck and fishing equipment galore, and of course the aforementioned wife with ginormous fake tees, who hates to fish but will drink White Claws at Disappearing Island all day while she lays on the bow tanning those big old tees. Having known a number of these gentlemen in my life, I can say that the lifestyle doesn't seem too shabby. Hey, a guy can dream.
I have seen these guys before, and they do
Didn't you used to boat with some of these guys?
Yeah.
Because I got pulled into this boating club that he had when he had his other boat. And we would pull up next to these other couples, and their wives, I noticed, our wives did not fit. They fit in, but not based on look.
Well, they like to party.
Yeah.
They have either the owner of a business or they got their money through some sort of land inheritance, something.
Yeah.
But
construction company, dad died.
Yeah. They've
generational wealth.
Yeah. They've got a super boat that this gentleman's right. It's a insane amount of money, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, like $350 Mercs on the back.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All to drive themselves to Disappearing Island
And
Park
back.
and drink White Claw and back. They're not tournament fishing offshore.
Ever.
And they probably got a canopy. If you got a canopy on your center console boat, you are the biggest pussy in the world.
Why is that?
No, it's just, it's not practical for fishing because if you're fishing, that's the whole thing about a center console, being able to go around. You know what I'm talking about? Having a canopy there.
Well, there's there's like offshore boats. I'm saying that have towers.
I'm like, well, hold on a goddamn minute.
And
some of us need our fucking canopies, motherfucker. You want fight, nerd?
And sometimes they're flats fishing or whatever, or you're looking for tuna or looking for weed lines offshore.
I'm always looking for tuna.
Tuna and weed lines in the morning.
Yeah.
That should be our fishing show.
That's actually not a bad tuna and weed lines, and I'm weed lines. With that dude, weed lines, smoking that cheeb.
Is there? For sure. There's offshore fishing podcasts. Is there a?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yes,
are you crazy? The guys from the White Claw boat had one. I think.
What's the biggest Florida podcast? Are we it?
Probably not now. I would imagine somebody got somebody.
I'm telling you, those Disney podcasts are probably what's really winning in Florida,
or
right?
Miami Heat podcast, or Tampa Bay Bucks.
I'm talking Florida podcasts with Florida listeners. Because if you're a Florida podcast, because I think like the Moms and Murder podcast has more listeners, but nationwide, worldwide, because of the topic.
It's going to either be Remy's Roundtable or Russ and Bo 2.0.
What's the? Is there like the internet search biggest Florida podcast? What comes up?
It's like just lists of podcasts in Florida.
We're on a lot of those.
You know what I mean? Because also people can doctor the numbers. You know?
Yeah.
So,
there's social media influencers and fishing.
Yeah.
There's Facebook pages that are like Florida fishing Facebook pages that have like hundreds of thousands of likes and subscribers and whatever. But I'm talking about like Florida podcasts with Florida listeners.
Swamp 24/7.
I get
It's
people.
a Florida Gators podcast.
There you go.
I got people sending me like fishing gear and stuff that I do unboxing videos of and do reviews of the equipment.
Cool. And is there money in that? I mean, there's huge money in fishing, obviously, but it's such a small, tight group. Tight net, like did it into that specifically? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
It's globally too, though. You know, like that. If you can get that global audience, because although it differs, if you can get something that still intrigues people that worldwide, you can.
But it's like
there's been fights. The shrimping is going on right now. People are shrimping out in front of the house where the Indian River is there.
Yeah,
and like there was this big fight where a guy shot a harpoon gun at another guy because he pulled his boat right in front of him. Like you get that spot, and then
getting harpooned. God, that just makes my stomach hurt. Like, can you imagine you pull up? What if you don't know? And the guy's like, "You're in my spot," and you're like, "What?" Shunk.
And then they park in the channel, and then what happens. My favorite thing in the world is when a big ass barge comes through, and these barges cannot stop. It's a big ass tugboat, and they're parked in the channel, and like people don't realize, hey, we got to get the fuck out of the way. And like sometimes there's been some really close calls where the anchor is stuck on the bottom, and
what do they just power right through them?
Yeah,
they just the barge, because the tugboat's pushing the barge, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's usually a barge with a crane on it or some shit.
Oh my god!
And they'll just they'll ram into them.
Yeah. Well, first they shine this big ass spotlight on you, okay, and then if you don't get moving, then they start laying on the horn, which is this big like stereotypical foghorn.
They should have one of those guns that shoots sound waves to break your boat apart.
But no,
G.I. Joe.
No, and, I mean, there's fights out there all the time, man, because like everybody now is wanting to get out, and it's just like traffic is crazy on the water.
Yeah.
See, we didn't anticipate that when we reopened Florida. We didn't anticipate all the creature people to reopen with us.
Well,
we thought it was only going to be the smart people that like came out of their houses, and it's not working like that.
Let's do one last email.
I got a voicemail loaded.
Okay.
I got one ready to go. Here we go.
Hey guys, so I'm behind on episodes. So if Tom already fixed his electrical system or his house burnt down, then you can ignore this. But if you've really gone this long without a grounding rod, I'm shocked you haven't died yet.
Boom.
And I'm shocked no one else has tried to stop you. But
stop you?
Literally, the grounding rod is what makes your electrical system work the right way. You know, think back when you were in school and you learned about circuits.
School!
And you had to make the wire go all the way around, and it had to complete the circuit for the light bulb to turn on. Well, right now, you got one line coming from the power company with all the electricity, and it goes through the light bulb, and then where do you think the other side of it goes? It has to go into the earth. That's what completes the circuit. Power company, light bulb, earth. So right now, all of the wires in your house are returning to the panel. They're all hooked together, and they can't go anywhere. So you're going to damage your equipment because that return feed is completing the circuit through the other pieces of electrical. Or, what's more likely to happen, something's going to find a path to Earth. It's going to find a ground through a piece of equipment, through a wall, or more than likely, one of you are going to become the return path, and someone's going to get hurt. Put a grounding rod in.
Damn.
Calm down,
That's a
nerd.
demand.
Wow, my God.
I never learned that in school, by the way.
Are you stealing power from your neighbor?
No, this guy, I talk about it, like we were doing some work. I pulled out this long ass rod, and then my buddy's like, yeah, you don't need that. You probably have a couple more or something.
Yeah.
I think I pulled out the grounding rod. I didn't tell my wife.
All good.
Paved over. Anyway. Here's how I know it's not that big of a deal. This is the first guy that's ever been concerned about it, and I've been talking about it for months. On the show.
To everybody.
And nobody has said, like, hey, this is a huge problem. Nobody's come to my house, like, hey. Also,
you want people to just show up at your house and tell you everything you're doing wrong?
No,
That's a bad thing.
I'm just saying, like, have you ever heard of someone's, like, this guy didn't have a grounding rod, blew up his whole family?
I've never heard that.
Yeah,
like, I'd like to be on team grounding rod, but I can't be on team grounding rod.
When things are actually dangerous, you hear it from a lot of people, like social media wise and everything else. Like, and if you only hear it from one person or a couple people, then you're only hearing from the ultra,
pussies.
Yeah, I was going to say ultra conservative with the grounding rod.
The pussies, grounding rod pussies.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
What
it's been this long.
Did you ever figure out your raccoon problem where you wanted to pay me to assassinate them?
I'm still figuring it out. Burn is, we have to catch the whole family. We went over this with Joe Byrne.
You can't burn them, apparently. You just have to lightly toast them.
Crystal doesn't want to relocate them from the family one by one. She wants to get them all at the same time because she's worried about it's the whole thing.
Yeah, don't ask.
It's the craziest thing you've ever heard.
You got an email, Sam, and then we'll take a break.
Okay. Hey, Dan. I'm traveling across the country back to the Seattle area and catching up on some T&D shows. Listening to number 616, TD Friday, and everyone shitting on garage sales and estate sales. Especially Tom, because he hates fun and any people that have hobbies that are, quote, a waste of time.
No, he's in a fun mood today, actually. He loves 90s. We figured it out.
Anyway, I was going to an estate sales constantly in Seattle during my heavy vinyl collecting days, searching for rare or random records on the cheap. I went to an estate sale in a big-ass old mansion on Magnolia, a suburb north of downtown Seattle. I went straight down to the basement where this guy had a badass old-school bar and an old phonograph next to a nice leather couch. Looked like a sipping brandy, smoking cigars listening room. All the records were old as fuck, like creepy music old. That is where I stumbled on the David Seville Mediocre 45 record I sent you guys, a.k.a. the end of the show song. That was probably 2012. Anyway, so now Tom can sleep every night knowing the show ends with music from some dead old man's basement. Thanks for all the laughs. You guys are getting me across Kansas. Much love. Hope you and the fam are doing good.
I had no idea you gave me that. Here, it's this song. It's this song. It's the ending theme of our show. And at the very end, the reason we play it is because Dave Seville from Alvin and then the Chipmunks, he says this.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.
Now, you didn't really do anything for your argument about why going to estate sales and garage sales are good. I know what you're looking for is that diamond in the rough, the super rare, whatever that's going to be valuable. But I'm just saying the likelihood of finding that. But if that's what he enjoys doing, then my plants are stupid, my gambling's stupid. Do what makes you happy.
But your gambling and plants aren't as stupid as estate sales.
Your plants, or what have you become like a horticulture guy?
Yeah, he's a plant man now.
I just enjoy hoarding plants now.
He walks around, he talks to him, he has names for him.
Yeah, that was one of the judging teams that I was on in the FFA. I was on the ornamental horticulture judging team as well as the soil judging team.
True.
How do you judge
We might
soil?
be able to help you out.
Yeah,
over
what
there.
if I send Tuds over there to judge your garden?
Well, what do you judge?
Well, I mean,
how good, organized.
Yeah, well, like, all right, for
his house just has a bunch of clippings everywhere and little paper cups with little things and paper towels.
Like,
it's very creepy.
Like it would be like other FFA chapters from other schools, and you would come and you would show up, and there would be a field with a couple of holes dug in it, and you would actually like look at the sand and the dirt, and then you would put it in your hands, and then you would see if it would ribbon or not. Because if it would ribbon in your hands, that means it had a lot of nutrients and stuff in it for it to be able to grow.
Look at this guy. This guy's got the goods. He knows about the ribbon.
I think he knows more than you do, Tom.
When you're an FFA in high school, is your dream to become a farmer? Like, I knew nobody who ever.
I don't think we had FFA in my school.
I didn't in Miami, but I've never heard anybody ever in my entire life be like, as a young person, saying, "I want to become a farmer."
We made fun of the FFA people because I'd be like, "You're spelling fat wrong."
Not that farmer's a bad job. We need farmers in this country. I'm just saying, growing up in Miami, nobody was farmers. Nobody knew any farmers. That wasn't a thing.
We aren't farmers.
That I just wanted to join because they had those cool ass blue corduroy.
The blue corduroy jackets are cool.
Yeah. And then I raised a hog to sell every year to have judged growing up. So, and then I told you guys about the glazed donut cows we raised.
Every farmer, and this may be a stereotype, but tell me if I'm wrong, because Tuddle, you know more farmers than I do. Every farmer I've ever encountered or seen is generational. In fact, like their dad was a farmer. That's why they're a farmer, right? They didn't get into it from high school.
How many farmers do you know?
I'm just saying, the stereotype is...
I know 2 farmers.
If you own a farm, it was like your dad's farm, and you worked on it. And
but do you know farmers?
No, I don't.
Okay, so you're going off movies and television.
Yes, I know.
I only know 2. The banana guy and Moore's family, Organic Meats. I know 2.
That's a family, yeah.
Yeah, I know 2, and they are family farm. He's right. Yeah,
I don't know.
It's a generational, like a family type thing.
Does it exist that you went to the FFA and you're like, I want to become a farmer?
It does, but it's rare, I bet.
And then you go and buy farmland and then start a farm.
Talk about a hard life. You're starting from zero.
Yeah, you start from the land because that's your dream, and you work it up, and you're the first generation farm in current day. I'm saying, like, it's all families.
We also had potbelly pigs at one time, and this wild boar ended up getting into the pen and fucking one of the potbelly pigs, and we had a crossbreed of a boar / potbelly pig. Those were the meanest little fuckers. And my dad, we had this guy, Jesse Johnson, that would come, and maybe
he was the worst bank robber in the West. It was Jesse
he was a black guy in town that everybody respected, and my dad, he showed up, he shot the pig in the head with a .22, and it just sat there and looked at him like, what? And my dad was like, son, go get the 30-06.
What's Jesse Johnson saying right now?
My dad told me, he was like, that 22's not going to do it, and he was like, no, I'm a good shot. So this pig is running off after it just got shot. My dad made me go get my 30-06. He tried to
get running, boy.
Well,
put your side on.
It was running, and when he hit the pig, it blew.
30 inches.
It blew his 2 front legs off.
Oh,
so
my God. You hit him right in the chest. Huh?
Yeah, so the hog is now trying to walk standing up on the back 2 front legs.
Yes. Oh, my God. Must be terrifying seeing a blood hog run at you with just 2 legs. It's running like that.
My God.
And we had to end up finally slitting its throat with a rusty pot. Man,
how old were you?
About 9, 10. The worst thing it gave me.
Tommy
nightmares.
didn't want to go to summer camp today because he didn't want to change in the bathroom by himself.
Yeah.
You gotta figure something out, man.
Tuddle got to watch out. Hog's legs get blown up. He was running towards him on his front legs.
There's got to be a happy medium
It
here.
fell over in front of a
So
9-year-old and says, "Cow, man."
I tell him, I'm like, you better hope the world doesn't end because you're not going to be able to handle it. Tuddle will be alive still.
Now, the first time that we ever slaughtered animals was, there was another, I don't know if I could talk about that one. My mom wanted to adopt 2 mules or donkeys that were in the Grand Canyon because after a while...
You stole donkeys in the Grand Canyon. My God.
Your mom, like being like adopting a greyhound from an old racetrack.
His mom is like your wife, but just a little bit older and can cook fried chicken. Like really fucking good fried chicken.
And these donkeys, they serve no goddamn purpose, okay? Yeah. So we put them in the field. Well, when my dad had put up this nice wooden fence,
I'm surprised your dad was cool with it, right? Wasn't he mad?
Loves his mom.
Yeah, so...
You do what you do for love, man.
So my dad had just spent all this money, fencing in about 20 acres of pasture land. These donkeys were so dumb, they started eating the wood boards, with their big-ass donkey teeth.
He shot them both in the head with a Desert Eagle, didn't he?
With their big-ass donkey teeth. And
they're mules, right?
Yeah, but you would just see, when you bite into a sandwich and you can see the teeth marks. It was like that all the way down the fence.
Looks like you're biting through a Reese's peanut butter cup. You can see the teeth marks.
So these fucking donkeys, destroyed all the wooden fence.
What'd your dad do?
You know what he did. Oh. I don't have to say anything. Because I don't want anybody to know.
Those donkeys right in their asses.
No, we had a Rottweiler that would go out there and kind of chase them away a little bit sometimes when they were eating on the boards.
Stick the dog on the mule.
And the mule kicked the Rottweiler in the head, and he
kicked the goddamn dog's nose off.
And the dog had a crooked head the whole time. It walked. It had like a right-handed lean because it got kicked so hard by the mule.
That's got a gangster lean.
Again, Tommy didn't want to go to summer camp. Didn't want to change in the bathroom.
Yeah, Maisie didn't want to change.
So you let him stay home?
Oh, yeah.
I made Maisie
What about Max?
go.
What's he doing?
Oh, he got a part-time job at Fairville Mega Store.
He wanted to go, didn't want to leave Tommy behind. Because
the codependency. Yeah.
And then I was like, I ruined it.
And then...
It's already done.
The first...
had nothing to do.
But also the first time we ever
I don't know how to do nothing.
Is that what your kids say?
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know how to do that. I don't know. No.
I love yours.
We slaughtered some chickens for the first time, too. And that one, it was the one that gave me nightmares because they do, everybody thinks it's an urban legend, but they do run around after you cut their heads off. Yeah. And they were white chickens, and the one just, I guess, was like, you know what, I'm going after your firstborn son, and it just sprayed blood all over me. It was horrible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's take a break.
Okay.
Now, being tough will make you handle certain situations,
but you're also
tough situations.
In a shit shack.
Yeah.
There's a trade.
Yeah, you can get through the shit shack.
But you have
my
a
son's
butt clit. Yeah.
And you can hear many of great stories like that on the Tuddle Daily Podcast.
Yeah,
if you want to.
Look at that segue.
Plug.
See, that's how you do it. That's how you do it, Tom.
Yeah. The name of the band is Orson Wilds. The name of the song is December 19th. 1, 2, 3, go. We'll be right back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan and Sam and Tuddle. There's 2 things I like, Tom. One of them's boofing, and the other, roofing. Secured roofing and restoration.
Roofing and boofing.
Roofing and boofing.
Go to roofingandboofing.com.
Now here's the thing. We should have purchased. If you wanted to do that joke.
Yeah.
We would have needed to purchase roofing and boofing.
You say that,
.com.
but I'm always like, no one's going to even check.
You don't think that we have one listener out there that will hear this ad and then buy it and then write us and say, joke's on you, roofing and boofing. I'm the roofer. I'm the boofer. You snooze, you lose.
It's a waste of money because
it is.
What is that?
And we went into this saying we weren't going to do like a whimsical ad. We were going to do just a straight.
Yeah, do it straight.
Just shingles.
Do it live.
Strictly shingles.
Secured Roofing and Restoration, they're a great company. If you listen to this Friday's ACT, you'll hear a story about what they did for a lady, a stranger,
just
to
a
help
person
her
in
out.
need.
And it's a really awesome story.
It's inspiring. It's cool, man.
And that's on the first segment of Friday's ACT.
Yeah, you can find it on YouTube too. Just go there. It's a tail end of Wednesday's show.
But if you have storm damage, I did this. I had bad hail damage. Rick from Secured Roofing, he's our contact.
Yeah, we met that guy yesterday. Super cool dude.
So we officially have a Tom and Dan contact. It's Rick from Secured Roofing and Restoration. Give him a call. 352-805-9316.
That's his personal number. Goes right to him.
And he knows BDMs. He knows Tom and Dan listeners. It was a super easy process. Rick came by. He helped me file the insurance claim because my roof got damaged by hail. They're putting a new roof on in the next couple of weeks.
Nice.
I pick out the shingle color. They offer a 20-year workmanship warranty because their employees put on the roof.
Yeah, and they can, if it's like just a regular shingle roof, most of the time they can finish that in about a day.
Yeah, and if you go on securedroofingandrestoration.com, on the front page, you can get a free estimate. Yep. They'll come out and a free inspection.
Yep,
if
free
you think you have
inspection,
damage,
free estimate, they'll come by and check it out for you.
They're a great company, securedroofingandrestoration.com.
Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I don't want to get that guy's name wrong, but I will. Hold on. It is Mike Memion. I think I would imagine he would be French, considering that is some New Orleans second line. That's called FML. Welcome back to the show.
So, Tuddle, what is it now?
Oh, yeah. You were talking third generation. I was talking about this girl that I go to that's a third generation barber. And her handle on Instagram is a tonsil artist. Okay, like tonsil artist.
Okay.
Why do you? I didn't know this. It was something stupid, and it was so barbaric back in the day of how you would have a job, but you would have offer other services on top of it.
Okay. So me and Daniel were we guessed it had something to do with
blowjob.
So,
yeah, 90s. You talk about me being 90s.
Well, I mean, everything.
That sounds like a redneck dad's 90s joke.
Yeah. Well, there's only a couple things I think about during the day. It's I have to do my job, sex, blowjobs, food.
No, actually, barbers used to perform tonsil surgery, remove people's tonsils. You could get that done at the barber shop.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Not as good as a blowjob.
And what was how?
I do not know, but
they go through your head. They go all the way down.
I just don't understand, how. I mean, you could always put two businesses together that kind of relate with each other, but it's get a haircut or get your tonsils removed.
There used to be a cell phone store on Fairbanks that they would repair your cell phone screen, or it was an electric skateboard shop.
Oh yeah,
you remember that?
Yeah, I like those.
And I always liked the combo. They're Vega's Cuban Cafe used to have Cuban sandwiches right next, literally the kiosk inside next to where you ordered your sandwich. Cash for gold.
What about this one? Vape shop / burner phone type style cell phone place.
I like that. Cell phone store, Kratom shop.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm getting back into Kratom, guys.
Are you?
I'm thinking about it.
Have you ever done that?
What's that?
Kratom?
No, what is Kratom?
Surprise.
Oh, my God. You're
Swamp
missing.
powder.
My God, if there's anybody, I would say you were little Mr. Kratom 1996. You look.
Yeah. Pabone draw Tuddle as Mr. Kratom, but looking like Mr. Peanut. With Kratom hat.
But he also has he's a monocle, but a long, almost like the Mad Hatter of Kratom.
It's weird that they would go with surgery. I can understand the haircut, your barber knowing how to do ear piercings. I guess maybe traditional barbers.
There's actually a history about it. People were mentioned it in the chat, so I looked it up. And
Fuck the
there
chat.
used to be a thing called a barber surgeon, who was a person who could perform surgical procedures, including bloodletting, cupping therapy, pulling teeth, amputation. They could also bathe, cut hair, shave, and trim facial hair, and give enemas.
So like a blade man. Like he was like, you're the guy with the knife, so you're the knife guy.
It was everything like with the head. So like your hair, your teeth.
No, but it seems like cutting too, because amputation, he cut your legs out. He's like, you're the sword guy.
Well, bloodletting.
What? Hey, Jerry, you got scissors and swords, and you're the knife guy, right? And he's like, yeah, I got a big collection of swords.
He's gonna cut you up.
You're going to be the new sword guy, and you're going to specialize in cutting everything we need to cut off our bodies.
Let's do dump them out. There we go.
You took him
Sorry.
by surprise.
God, I didn't know what you were doing.
We got too many topics on the list today. It's the end of the motherfucking show. So come on, baby, let's dump them out and play. I want to see your topics. Ooh, I want to also see your bottomics.
Injured on the go, just call mo.com.
I thought this is where you guys, like, 300 style, kick me into that pit out of the studio. I was like, dump
the
them
doggy
out.
pit? Oh, my God.
Yeah, the
Put him in the doggy pit.
And they'll bite his legs.
Not before you, never mind. Something completely inappropriate.
So I've noticed there is a grocery bag that's tied in a knot with a Dixie plate, a paper plate.
Oh, that means
that's actually...
Which is how my mom...
Home cooking.
Yeah,
that's my mom's fine china, by the way.
How dare you, sir?
I'm sorry. I thought it was a paper plate because I was saying that's how my mom
you motherfucker.
and Meemaw would carry
this guy gets
deviled
a little
eggs.
bit of money.
Leftovers, yeah.
This guy gets a little bit of money, and look at him.
That's like one of those cafeteria style type plates where it like separates the food like from
I like those.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Now this is potato candy I made last night.
So what the hell is potato
All right,
candy?
it's
That's what I
very
call my
very
penis.
easy. It is one boiled.
oh wow, it's very stinky.
Yeah.
So
Very stinky.
What is?
Because I jizzed in them.
Well, now I'm not going to eat it.
Yeah, you had Samantha, or she was going to try it.
I was.
You jizz on this. didn't
Make
you?
sure you eat the one closest to you, Tom. That's the one, especially for you.
Well, he's
What
just
does it
turning
smell
the
like?
plate.
What
I
is
tricked
this?
you because I knew you were going to
What
turn
is
the plate.
potato
Is this
candy?
redneck sushi? What
No,
is
well, I've been doing like white trash
Is
meals.
it like pungent?
Yeah, it's burning my eyes. It's like, when
Smell
you're...
peanut butter?
You know when someone's
Feels
doing
like peanut butter to me.
It is
drywall work? You walk into it, it's like...
Chinese drywall.
It is nothing but a boiled potato, a 2-pound bag of powdered sugar, and peanut butter.
That sounds interesting.
So,
Yes,
Give me
that's-
that candy.
okay.
That's the one.
And this, how do you make it?
So you mash
right.
up the potato.
to Sam.
You mash up the potato, and then you add the
Potato candy.
You add
I'm going in.
the powdered sugar into like a dough, and then you roll it, and then
Oh, go.
Why is it so hard? Is that the
it's been in the fridge.
Well, it's a
Oh,
wrap.
okay. You refrigerate it. All right.
Come on, Tom. Are you not going to eat it? Don't be a pussy.
Good.
12 Mississippi, 13 Mississippi. I'm just giving some time before if Daniel dies, I'm putting mine down.
It smells good.
It's really good.
This is
It's super sweet.
the
My
easiest
God.
way for Tuddle to kill us. You realize
It's killing
that,
my fillings hurt.
My throat hurts.
He's always one that's coming. Now
My stomach is bleeding.
I
It is
will
very
say I do
sweet.
feel like a little bit of glass.
No fentanyl.
No, it's good.
Mine tastes a little bit like chlorine. Is that the jizz?
No.
It's good. But
Okay.
how sweet is that? My God.
Straight sugar.
It's
Yes.
very sweet.
Okay.
But
sugar and
Southern
peanut butter.
recipes, it's phenomenal. But Southern recipes are not about health.
No.
So next week I'm
Oh, good.
gonna show. Well, my dad used to call the biscuits in the can. He would call them wampums. He was like, he would.
Yeah,
he would-
I remember wampum.
Yeah, because you would like beat them on the counter and they would just pop up, boom, and then I'm gonna make mini pizzas out of biscuits on next week's cooking special.
Okay, what are they, like bagel bites?
Holy shit, that's sweet.
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
Sorry,
you ate the
I
whole
told-
one?
I did eat the whole one.
I
I
told
got
you
the
it's not-
smallest one I could find.
Told you it's not,
Still
it's
hurt
not the
my teeth.
healthiest thing.
God,
for you.
we need to feed those to Bubba Whoop as well as
I want you guys to give them to your kids and
Look
see what
how
happens.
Wind him up.
Look how tired he got.
Oh, uh-oh. Oh, he's not moving.
Gonna have to get the barber to cut his leg off.
Oh, I'm glad.
He would freak the fuck out of me at them.
I'm glad.
That's good as hell.
Tuddle's
thank
here.
you, Mama Todd.
For this next Dump 'em Out topic. So I'm watching, I never watch reality TV, but I was just going through maybe Netflix, and there's a show called Alone. I think it's Netflix.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And it's a reality TV show
It's about the band Heart.
they drop off a bunch of people in the Alaskan wilderness, and it's $1 million prize if you could last 100 days, right? So that's the game, and then they basically do it. Not Bear Grylls, but the other guy filming himself.
Alone,
Les Stroud.
I thought Alone was the one where you just last as long as you can.
Yeah, it was
whoever lasts the longest,
longest,
right? Yeah.
Well,
whoever lasts longest wins.
I think there's variations now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, this one, they've all talked about if I could last 100 days, and I guess you don't know if anybody else quit. So
that's
after the 100
thing,
days.
is that you don't know, and I think you try to do the duration, right? Yeah, I think you're right.
They all try to do duration, but even if you did quit, if you're the last person, you'll win. I
But
guess.
is it really real though? They're not.
Okay.
They're not going to let somebody like say they're out there by themselves and a big ass grizzly bear comes around and just eats them or something. They're not going to let that happen.
Well, they gave them like a air horn and some other thing like bear mace. They gave them something. And all these people that do this, they're not just us. They're like survivalists and people that do this on social media now. Now it's all social media. Survivalists is a big thing.
Yeah.
And most of them are social media survivalists.
Sure.
And they make some sort of living off of doing this. So they all know what they're doing. And they put them all relatively in the same area, and they all have satellite phones. They can call out at any time.
That's not roughing it. That's bullshit.
Like, would an air horn really scare a grizzly? Like, it's running up to me, and I'm like, or what?
It's a dinner bell.
That's
basically.
also not enough money for me. $500,000.
I thought it was $1 million.
I've never seen.
Not according to this.
Well, the TV show, they keep saying $1 million.
Maybe they upped it this season or something.
I think I have diabetes because I suddenly want more of that candy.
Get it. It's right there. A whole plate of it.
I'm lightheaded.
Fucking drawn to it.
Even $1 million, though.
It's good with a beer.
After
To rough
taxes,
it that long? Fuck that.
But all these
Does bear mace work? I've never seen it.
I've been hit by it a million times.
But I've never seen a bear get it and be like, and run away. Like, if it just, swats its nose and then continues to eat my balls.
I don't know. Like, you've seen those guys, like, I shouldn't be alive videos and stuff of those hunters. Like, one guy got attacked by a grizzly bear.
Yeah, and he's just doing a selfie video walking, and he was like, I just got attacked by a bear, and his right ear's, hanging.
Oh, yeah, well, there's that. Yeah, like...
I think it'd be funnier if the guy had nothing at all wrong with him, and he's like, I shouldn't be alive.
I think...
that's funnier to me, that he's like, literally, I'm the worst person alive.
So I'm watching this show, and they're all filming themselves, right? And then, and by the way, I'm watching it with Crystal to start off with, and a lot of them are not professional, but they all do archery. They can know how to shoot a bow and arrow to hunt. And the first guy shoots a porcupine off a tree, right? With the bow and arrow.
Oh, wow.
And then is immediately...
It's a rough start for you.
Cleaning, Crystal. Yeah. See, but the thing about Crystal, she's logical enough to be like, all right, they're hunting to eat. She's more...
Yes, but they also volunteered to do a TV show to eat.
Yeah, morally, she's in this conundrum of he
could just be at home right now.
She's not against hunting if you're eating what you hunt, and she's more of the mass horrible animal abuse in the factories and shit. She's not into. Anyway, so the guy shoots a porcupine, and some other guy, he shoots something, and they are fishing. They're trying to eat, right?
You going to shoot porcupines?
And there's one guy, he's walking, and he sees a squirrel, right? And this guy doesn't, he doesn't have a bow and arrow.
He's not an archer.
He's not an archer. So he picks up a rock, and he starts throwing the rocks at the squirrels in the tree.
Yes, I used to do that when I was 4.
Which I immediately laugh and then tell Crystal, you're never going to fucking hit a squirrel with a rock. Yeah. That's goddamn impossible.
Can't be done.
Literally.
Unless you're Randy Johnson.
The next scene, he's picking up a dead squirrel. He's like, got it. And then
But did they show it hitting?
They didn't, but he's filming himself. So he's filming himself throwing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
he ate a diseased squirrel. Bullshit.
So I proclaim bullshit, but then I was like, wait a minute.
Bullshit.
The whole show is about these people on their own. There's no other camera crew with them.
They're not going to show you the bullshit.
But then I was like, it's like any other reality show. It's all fake, right?
Edited,
it's like
Remember we talked to the guy from Naked and Afraid.
But usually these kind of wilderness shows, like there's enough going
Below
on.
Zero is another one going that they do that my dad watched all the time. You know that there was an urban legend going around, and I kind of believe it because if you've ever seen Bo Jackson throwing out people at the plate, they said that he would kill hogs with rocks. I've heard that. Like he would like
That's an urban legend.
No, you don't think Bo Jackson? Have you ever seen that man like gun people down from like center field, like flat-footed?
There's a difference between do I think it's possible and did he do it? Because
he grew up in Bessemer, Alabama. I mean, let's not act like they weren't killing hogs.
This is a news story. Bo Jackson liked to kill pigs with rocks as a child.
Is it? But that still could be an urban legend.
God. I don't like to do nothing.
Like the kids are killing fucking.
I don't know how to do nothing.
Like I'm serious. Like, we got a lot of work to do, man.
I tell them every day, you're going to be no Bo Jackson.
You're no Bo Jackson.
They're like, I know. And they're like, why? Okay.
I know, Bo.
You know what? I guess even besides the killing the pig thing, you were never going to be Bo Jackson.
Well, I know.
His thighs are bigger than your entire body.
Do you realize how hard you would have to throw a rock to be able to kill a hog, hit him in the head with it?
Yeah, people told me stories about shooting hogs in the head and them not doing anything like
we
that.
just said that. Yeah, we just heard one.
That's why I don't think it's true, and I think it's an urban legend.
I think it's fake.
So anyway, going back to the squirrel, is that possible?
No.
I think it's possible. Now, did it actually happen that time on that show? I don't know the answer to that. But I think it's possible to hit a squirrel with a rock, yes.
And kill it.
I would imagine it would be chance. I can't imagine. There are times when I'm driving, trying to kill a squirrel in my path on a car.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to speed up and see if this little motherfucker hits my tire, and he does not.
It just seems like they would be too fast, or you wouldn't be able to...
You gotta wait till they're sitting there snacking on their acorns, and you pow! Get them right in the head.
But from a branch in the tree, you throwing a rock, it just seems...
You gotta have good hand-eye coordination.
Insanely unlikely.
I mean, I have shot squirrels with BB guns, and they've still lived.
What about slingshots? People love hunting with slingshots.
I had a slingshot. I never hit anything with it, but
because people can get good at slingshots, and that old man can hit an asprin out of the focus. You know what I'm saying? Old men love shooting asprin.
Yeah, they do. They should be taking it. That's how you stop heart attacks.
The old man's favorite thing to do.
Dumb old man, you don't shoot it, eat it.
Watch me shoot this aspirin. Anyway, what's the questions about the Dominican Republic?
No, I just had some general questions because I honestly. This is the most I've ever walked into a vacation blind.
Okay.
I can't do that.
I have very little... Well, I didn't want my anxiety to be pegged today. I knew we were going to have to do a show. I know we're going on vacation. It's easy to fall into the trap of we're going on vacation. I'm going to get crazy. I didn't want to do that. I just kind of wanted to go into it calm and have a good vacation.
Do you think the bus ride in the Dominican will be anything like our ride to Jamaica? Remember when
we were... crazy-ass ride.
Yeah, I thought we were going to die.
That was bad.
Here's the thing. You're going to a resort
that's
got a wall around it probably, so it could be
Build
anywhere. It could be, I'm just saying, that's what these resorts are. And Jamaica and anywhere, you go to a resort, you go in through the gates, and then you're just there at the resort.
on property, yeah.
That could be any country, any place. It could be West Palm Beach.
So you're saying don't venture off property?
No.
They won't even let you.
No, I wouldn't do that. Remember when we were in Jamaica, they didn't want us going outside.
No. I did in Mexico. I was in an all-inclusive resort, and I traveled.
I'm not saying I will, because there's probably nothing to do around there, from what I've heard.
You know what? I guess it depends. I mean, because they'll take you on excursions and stuff, but I think they frown upon just wandering out the front gate, into the town to see what's going on.
I did that.
There's certain. It depends on the town.
Yeah.
I found something interesting.
What, are they going to lock you in and not let you walk around? That's ridiculous.
No, they'll be they're going to rob you, bro. Do you want to get robbed? Go ahead.
And here's an interesting kind of a twist that connects thanks to our show and to our listeners. You know Michael, who did the lighting at OLE?
Yeah.
Who saved our ass. I mean, it would have been way worse had we not had that guy.
Dark and you couldn't.
It may have been better in the dark.
Fuck
you,
Michael. But he designed this manhole cover that plays the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle theme song when you step on it. So I have to find that. That's on property. And then his buddy designed this shower that's shaped like a nose where you pull a nose hair and then it sprays you before you go in the pool. So I have my marching orders. I have pictures to take while I'm there to kind of scope out these items that were designed in Orlando, I'm guessing, and then shipped off to Nickelodeon, Dominican Republic.
Well, one of the things that I noticed when we went to Jamaica, the guy that's always driving the bus will stop at some random mom and pop place. They did that in Jamaica.
Yeah, we got the Jamaican beef patties.
And I was like, his cousin owns this fucking place.
Yeah, you get a throwback from the owner or whatever.
Yeah, and then there was a bunch of kids coming out. They were all begging for money.
That was fun. The food was good.
It's
but the blowjob competitions
which is a little different in hedonism.
I know that was a little weird.
Are you going to do any excursions? Are you
He's staying just straight up on property, hanging out with SpongeBob.
Well, even on the property, they take you out, snorkeling.
Oh, you want me to ride the banana and fall off?
He's got a pool in his fucking hotel room, dude.
In the room?
He's staying in the room the whole time. He's not coming out.
My wife got this incredible deal. We're inside the room, and I'll put this on my TikTok.
Yeah.
On the Tom and Dan, Tom and Dan Live on TikTok. There's a little, soak your ass pool in the room.
Is it indoor, outdoor?
I think it's both, yeah.
You could go out to...
That's dope.
You know that
it's cool. I'm definitely, and I wrote it down too, and I even asked Andrea, and we're definitely fucking in the pool.
Yeah, where's Maisie going to be?
In the room asleep. Hopefully they got some, double dare or some shit. She gets slimed. She's like, I'm so tired. I watch a chicken nugget. I put her to bed, and then I'm bumping in the pool.
I got to watch one of our coworkers fuck on a fountain in one of the pools.
Yeah, that was Carlos.
Yes.
I don't care. Yeah, we say everything.
I didn't.
It was a threesome, by the way.
Yeah. All right.
I saw it too. It's gross. It's disgusting.
The pool in your hotel room, is it one of those things where it seems cool, not to shit on, but that's what I do.
It sounds like you're doing.
No, shit on it, man. I know you hate fun. It's fine.
No, I'm just analyzing it because
analyze it.
Because I would want the pool room too.
Let me pull it up. I'll show it.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for it now.
And then when I first got there and get drunk, I'm in the pool room taking pictures. I'm like, this is fucking the greatest thing in the world. The pool room
looks pretty cool, dude.
And then 2 days into your stay, you never go back, and you're just like, oh, whatever. You get used to it. It's kind of like you go to some.
Oh, that is not me.
When we went to Jamaica, the great thing is back then we were all doing a bunch of crazy shit, and the drugs were real easy to get because once you got out of the airport, some of the baggage handlers actually just pulled out briefcases and said, well, what do you want?
Yeah. You can get.
I wonder if you can do that in the Dominican.
Right, yes, you can. Okay. If you want drugs, just ask the driver of anything that's around, or the locals that work there, whatever. Just ask them for drugs. Yeah, it's. I
need drugs.
I imagine that they get that a lot, right?
Okay. Yeah, of course. Here it is. Let me see if
from tourists.
That is cool.
Yeah. Okay. So here, I'll go here. It's this one, top right-hand corner. You can see it's
they have multiple ones too. They have some that go outside.
Yeah, ours is on our kind of on our balcony, so we can pull it here, and then we have this little. You just soak your ass right there.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. It's not bad. It's like a little soak your ass pool. Nothing crazy. Nothing bananas. But,
Maisie's gonna freak out. I'm a
that's
pool
what I
in
think.
a room.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
So you got no plans to do anything out there? Just chill?
No.
Just relax.
Just relax. I
wish
literally.
I could do that.
Can't you just do that here, though?
Well, we could. We already had this plan. I mean, we'll do the stuff that's on the we'll do all the shows.
In the resort,
we'll do all the immersive.
But also, he wouldn't if he stayed here. So you got to remove yourself from the environment.
Yeah. And there's going to be some time that I'll be just hanging out by myself, and Andrea and I already split it up where there'll be time where I take May and it's just me and her, and she'll take May and it's just her and May. We already delineated. Yeah, so we each get a time. There's literally time for me to just not.
Do they have a daycare thing like the Disney cruises do?
They do, except it's not really a daycare. It's more of a hey, you're now SpongeBob's buddy and go hang with him so your parents can fuck in the pool.
All right.
SpongeBob has a machete.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, he's seen some atrocities.
I am the sponge now.
What do you want to talk about jazz music?
Oh, jazz! It's just a passing comment. Jazz music. I noticed on my balcony, jazz music is the only music that I don't worry about the volume.
He skipped right over our Spotify playlist that you wanted to talk about.
Which one?
Remember, you were asking me about playlists, and you said to pull up which ones, and we were sharing. And
well, Sam, I asked Sam, I said, I usually give Tom some, you'll ask me, you'll be like, give me a party playlist or a grilling playlist. I asked Sam for a chill out playlist, and Sam came back with not only a chill out playlist, but a playlist that her husband has for when he wants to get the booty from her. We got a full-on getting sexy time.
It's sexy lo-fi beats to make love to.
Yeah!
Which I did not know he subscribed to that.
Sexy lo-fi beats to make love to.
I thought that was only in the movies. You put music on.
You don't?
So you base your farmer knowledge on movies, but not sex playlists.
We are sex playlists.
Well, no. I thought, but that's from the movies too. I thought
you don't put on music to fuck.
No.
Oh,
no.
Do you don't put on music to fuck?
He's quiet. He likes
you
quiet.
put on music to fuck.
What are you
put on music to fuck.
Oh yeah.
You play Fantasy by Ludacris? What
What do you got? Alan Jackson?
Even when I masturbate, I listen to music. So,
What's the masturbation playlist?
I do. I mean, listen, I like to drown it out because, if you're listening to music and sometimes, like I said, living in a fifth wheel trailer and you got to go down to the public restroom at the Hobo Fish Camp, you want to kind of drown out the stroking sounds.
God, jacking it at a public restroom at a fish camp is hard. That'd be hard. I don't even think I could do that.
And then you just stick your hand in the toilet and you flush it.
In the toilet.
Yes, that's how you clean it out.
It's cold water, it'll slip right off. If it's hot water, you're boiling the egg.
Trust me, it's hard to get semen off of your hand with one-ply toilet paper.
Why is it on your hand? I got a lot of questions.
Because I always cup it, or just sometimes.
I cup it.
Yeah,
right there.
Yeah.
Well, when you're done, you squeeze it out, and then you
but squeeze it into the toilet, right?
Well, if you're sometimes. Yeah.
Is it a detriment to be too tough? Follow me here. Because
all right.
Tuddle's his childhood and his dad made him so tough.
So tough.
That he jacked it off at the fish camp bathroom and flushing her hand in the toilet.
What if that's what he likes?
Well, no, I'm just saying.
But also, at least he's doing it.
No, but that's what he likes. It's like Tarzan.
He can power through.
But it's like Tarzan when he comes to the city and the lady's trying to get him to use forks and he's like, me no use fork, me jack off at fish camp.
But do you want to power through that?
He's got no other choice.
Do you want to know? I kind of want my sons to look at and be like, I can't do this anymore. Like I can't get out of here.
That's a valid point. That's a solid point.
Because if you're too tough, you're like, this isn't shit. Well, I'm tough enough for that. And then it's like, well, it's not bad enough.
You do that.
How tough does it have to be for you to be like, I can't do this anymore?
Yeah, you do that where you just lump it on. I can do it. I can take anything. I can do it. But there is a point where it's like you shouldn't be that guy.
Can I tell you the moment of hardness that like kind of just like hardened me more than anything.
I don't know if we're ready for this.
We had a septic tank, because we were out there, and it was one of the ones that was really, really old, and sometimes, stuff gets caked up in there, and...
You're going to call the company?
No. Dad would buy these industrial-sized garbage bags and wrap my arms up in them, where they're, like, really, really sealed, and I would have to by hand... get in there and break up all the stuff with my garbage bag taped hand.
Could Tommy and Max do that?
Too far.
If you gave them both of them the challenge.
They think doo-doo's funny.
$1 million challenge.
And doo-doo, it does not even look like doo-doo when it's hardened and caked.
No, it's gray.
It's like gray and white and
yellow.
What
are you sticking your hand in? I don't even
to break it up because you got to get it flowing where it goes out to the drain fill.
Well, my septic tank, I think I have one, unless I'm on city sewer.
You don't even know?
You got to get some trash bags and zip ties.
Well, it's under...
Dude, if your wife is flushing her tampons in a septic tank, you're gonna have a bad problem.
No,
soon.
I'm on city sewer.
His whole house is a bad problem.
No,
we're all waiting for it to explode with Alfred E. Newman sitting on it. Right?
I've had septic tanks before, but it's just there was no way to. I mean, besides digging up the front yard,
that's what we would have to do. My dad had it marked. There was like a little flag out there where we knew the top was.
I thought you had some sort of doo-doo hole.
There is a hole. Into it, yeah.
Yeah, at the top. It's like you lift it up.
Well, I'm saying exposed without digging up the entire.
There is a top to it. Yes.
Yeah. But you could reach your hand down in there.
Yes, you can.
You can?
Yes.
That's always.
Yeah,
okay.
both hands like up to my shoulders.
Yeah, we had one too. You didn't grow up as poor. You didn't grow up in DeLand and Deltona and Pearson and we were Septic Tank City, and I remember I didn't have to do what he did because obviously I wasn't abused that way, but that's a joke.
I know.
Hold on. When the septic tank was underground.
But there's a way to get in it because we would have to call a guy to come out there. We wouldn't do it, but the guy would come out there, he'd take the top off of it, and he'd go in there and he would break it up, kind of manage it, put in some chemicals, put in what else do they put in?
Well, you
there?
had to dig up the front yard.
Put in,
no, Tom.
There's a hole.
It's like a manhole. It's like a manhole size hole. Okay, so we would just we had a flag where we knew where the hole was at. That we would just dig up that little space, lift it up, open up the hole, unclogged all the hardened shit that's caked up on top of it, and then you get it flowing.
I regret eating that potato candy now.
Yes.
See, I remember.
Well, his mom.
When I was growing
up, you can't connect his mom to any of this. She's the good one.
I remember our septic tank being full, and then we had a bad flood one time in Miami, and then the doo-doo came out, and then my stepdad was told us, don't play in the backyard. The doo-doo's leaching out of the septic tank. But I never remember a hole that you could access to it.
Did you jump the doo-doo?
Oh, yeah, we were around the
launched
road of four-wheeler.
I think that's why my immune system's so well. I would be out in the pig pen playing in the mud and the shit with them the whole time. Just barefooted. That's where I probably got ringworm all the time or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, I was just out there, and I don't know.
Ringworm is a white trash thing.
I've had no black friend of mine has ever had ringworm.
It's
not as gross.
You play
out people.
Play outside in the dirt and
barefoot
and doo doo.
I got it from running in rain gutters. I would run through retention ponds.
Yeah, I
ride
lost
my BMX bike through them.
I stepped when I was filming the SpaceX launch. I was barefoot the other day. I lost the nail on my big ass toe, my big toe, because I landed.
Were your snow boots too big?
No, I stepped in a land crab hole. There's land crab holes all over the place over there.
Yeah,
and it split the fuck out of it.
I saw your bloody toe, then you duct taped it, and then just went about your business. Right?
Yes, I did.
Back to being tough.
That's very...
Although, back to my being too tough is a detriment to you is, because, okay, Samantha, we've talked about, hating Walmart, right?
I still frequent it, but I do not.
We just talked about this. I'm the only one on the show that admits to liking Walmart. You guys are weirdos,
and it's you don't want to.
Are we the
weirdos?
You don't like savings.
It's
I do like the savings.
Yeah.
I still shop there.
It's
hate it though.
Yeah, and it's when I used to have to shop at Walmart.
I do. That's why I shop there.
I would look around and be like, "This is horrible.
I hate
Get
it
me
here.
the fuck out of here." I hate being poor. I was I just not cut out for it.
Try going to Aldi.
And then
my Aldi's really nice.
I hate Aldi.
I love it.
And everybody's like,
oh my God, have you tried their wine? Oh my God, have you tried their fucking tortilla wrap?
But if you look around at Walmart and you're like, this is pretty good, I could deal with this forever, then you'd have no motivation to not be in there anymore, right? Is that a thing?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I just don't see the difference. It's food. It's Walmart. Yeah, whatever.
Well, I mean, that was Sunday brunch for me, Mom, and Dad. We would go to the snack bar at the Walmart right there in DeLand, right at the intersection.
Yes.
They had great-ass food there. And it was just every time they'd walk in, it'd be like, cheers. Hey, what's up, Wayne? Wayne's here.
Yeah. My dad he'd be like, Dad Lee, I need to go get something for my motorcycle. Let's go to Walmart, but early before the Mexicans show up. It'd be like, Dad,
I didn't grow up
going
to Walmart. There was only one Walmart in Miami, and it was down Kindle at the very end. So it was far as shit. Miami's so old that there was no room to put Walmarts down there.
Yeah. You guys are already established. Same thing in Jacksonville. Jacksonville's such an old town. It's like St.
Now
Augustine.
There's more, I think, because they turned some Home Depots or some other shit.
It's like
but
St.
there's no
Augustine
Walmarts.
in Jacksonville, growing up or going to college there, having any any type of like massive
corporate thing.
Yeah, you don't really have that because the city's so old that everything's already incorporated.
It's all one-off mom and pops and shit.
Like Savannah. I mean, you guys went to Savannah when I got married. You didn't see any of those like big ass stores in that area.
Yeah, it's cool.
I still think about that. You guys had one of the best appetizers at your wedding.
Oh, we had shrimp and grit
martinis
and martini glasses.
Yeah,
that was fancy.
Yeah, but that doesn't beat the cigarette boat going by Tom's boat wedding.
That was pretty good.
Blaring music.
We left Carlos's sister on the dock.
So, Tuddle, what?
That's true.
How do you find your podcast again?
You can just search the Tuddle Daily Podcast. It is available on Spotify, iTunes. It's available on all podcasting platforms, Spotify. So I'm pretty much everywhere.
We're going to be back next Friday. They're going to be brand new ACTs the rest of this week and next week.
We did a ton of work. Thank you, Samantha, so much for scheduling and editing. We appreciate it.
Guest fill-in host. I mean, I'll come in here and just give me a key to the studio.
I don't know if that doesn't. No one wants that. Not that no one wants that.
Fuck you.
But I'm just saying,
choice of words.
I know.
My God.
It's not radio anymore.
I mean, you could have at least just said, "Does anyone want that?" You did, but you were like, no one wants that.
I'm just saying, it's like,
damn.
It's like your podcast. No one will even know we're gone because we're releasing new content.
Of course, they'll know we're gone. We're gone.
I know, but
social media, they'll see me. I'm going to get slimed at the Nickelodeon studio. You can get slimed. I'm going to get slimed on my birthday.
I can't believe you would fucking say that to me. Like,
whoa!
I'm just being honest. Like, even though, like,
feelings,
no, you try to be cool all the time, but you poke, you pry.
What if we set up a fight? This will be like bigger than Logan Paul's fight,
dude. Since Dad, I've either wanted to get into a fight. It didn't matter if I win,
Tom,
or lose. Like, I'd give my ass kicked. He's already beat me up once.
Well, look at Logan Paul.
Yeah,
didn't matter.
Do you want to do it?
I finally got to watch that. That was hard.
Tom.
He was like, oh, it was terrible. It was
Tom,
terrible.
I already pitched that idea to you. Like I said during the pandemic, I said I rematch Van versus Tuddle.
Van Fowler.
Should I say it again? Nobody wants it. There was not the 90s radio anymore.
But why you are like so you need to come out of the 90s closet and be who you are.
Yeah,
because,
you're gay for 90s.
No, you act like you like the 90s, but you don't like the 90s type radio.
He likes the idea of the 90s. He can't fully commit. The same way he likes the idea of swinging, but he can't fully commit.
There's a sad. It's like Jackass 5 or whatever the hell is coming out.
I can't watch Bam anymore. It makes me too sad.
It's sad.
It makes me too sad. He's like, I'm in Florida. I can't tell you who I'm with.
Everyone's
I'm like,
backstabbing me.
So you're afraid of swinging, though?
No, I'm not.
No, but his wife isn't a swinger. Come on, she's a classy lady.
Is it when you're old ass Johnny Knoxville and you got gray hair and Steve-O and you're in your 50s and you're still doing...
You're putting a Matchbox car in a condom, putting in your butt, and getting an X-ray.
Yeah, you're still doing this Jackass thing from 20 years ago, and it's like, it's not the reason...
I bet they make money. I bet they make more money
I think
doing
they do.
than what you will probably in a couple of years.
No, listen, they'll be richer than I'll ever be. And of course they're doing it for the money.
Jealousy then.
No, I'm just saying who wants to see that? You know, like you've aged out. You're doing something you did 20 years ago. The reason why it was funny and fun was because it was a certain time. You were a certain age.
The time has.
So what you're saying is that you're the content gatekeeper of Tom and Dan show. It's just like
has anybody been excited about the recent Jackass? Like, I can't wait to see Steve-O throw up a goldfish.
I know a couple people.
It's actually the exact opposite.
But it's nostalgia, right?
It makes me sad. What I would be interested in, to answer your question properly, I would be interested in if somebody, and this will happen, it just will be in probably like 5 to 10 years, somebody will document the entire thing and then document the real stories behind it, how it happened,
So it's like Inception, like a dream inside of a dream.
Well, no, it'll be more about like, and they'll dig into this BAM thing and it falling apart. Like, I would be interested in the behind the scenes aspect of why they're even doing this. It falling apart, Tremaine.
Money.
It's
The BAM. There's a story there to be told, but watching it on its regular merit is not. No, I'm not interested.
It's not still throwing them a bone because all the other ones probably pissed their money away and they're like, hey, let's do one more.
That's what it looks like a little bit.
Well, if you read, like, I've listened to or read a little bit of Steve-O's book, and like he was not getting paid shit back in those days. Like for the first Jackass movie, he got like under $1 million, like hundreds of thousands.
Make $100 million. I mean,
no. I mean, they were underpaying, like, and a lot of them weren't represented by anybody, and it was just a ragtag crew of CKY and Johnny Knoxville and Steve-O and like the same Jackass crew, and they were and they're all addicts, and they're because of pain pills and booze. Yeah. And then you got Bam Margera, who's a bipolar.
Man, bad.
And then Steve-O almost died because he's huffing CO2 and nitrous oxide.
That was bad.
And they had to get
that
him.
That's great whenever you're rolling.
And then
every drug.
And then what's his name died in the car accident, DUI. Ryan Dunn. And then that broke. So it was like a lot of tragedy with this group of people, which makes sense because look at the lifestyle.
I don't feel bad for a rich asshole that's just driving his Lamborghini around.
I feel bad about anybody dying.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm weird.
It's and so the whole thing, like, it is what it is. I'm just saying the movie is kind of like, just who wants to see that? Like, who is looking at that like, oh, this is going to be as fun? Because I watched it. I was a fan of the Jackass.
It won't be as fun. Jackass 1 was awesome.
At a certain time, and now in 2021, and everybody's 50, it's sad to me. Right?
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
But they're making money.
But I think it would have been better had they taken...
Who cares?
Well, it seems like Johnny Knoxville and Tremaine are in charge, right?
Yeah.
And I wish that they'd maybe dug in. Maybe they will. Maybe they will dig into this a little bit and tell the real story, make it less of the average. That's
the thing. Maybe I'm wrong.
What's up? It's Dan, and this is called Mountain Dew bottle in my butthole. Like, it'd be better if it were like, tell the real story of what everybody did and where they're going, and like
make it more a documentary.
And tie a bow on it and end it like properly. You can say what you want to about the last season or the final episode of Seinfeld. I'm not a big fan, but I do like the fact that he went out like super popular and said like, you know what, we're going to do something else now. Yeah, I like that.
You got 52-year-old Preston Lacey running around in a diaper.
I do love Wee Man. He's my favorite.
48-year-old Wee Man runs after him.
That I'll watch.
And then you're just
That's the only thing I love with her racing in the diapers.
And then everybody's just filming it for their TikTok pages. So it's not the same environment either. No. It's like everybody's seen this stuff.
Well, we've had this question about us. Like, are you guys going to continue to do this? And I'm like, well, we kind of have to now.
Yeah. Well,
so you don't have any backup plan?
No.
With this?
They don't have a plan going forward, much less a backup.
We don't have a forward plan.
Backup plan.
Like if you had to, say, podcasting just took a shit.
I'm going to start selling potato candy.
Yeah, like what would be your way of making some income?
OnlyFans.
Or would you be Mr. Mom and stay home with the kids?
No. I get into
could
you
do that?
Marketing.
Solar. We do solar.
I run solar. Solar's good.
Solar's good.
Noni.
I hear
Noni. It's unbelievable for your skin.
I hear Jack Bradshaw.
Beachbody.
I'm going to start doing Beachbody.
I'd give you a shake.
You can join my Diamond Club, Beachbody. You can be one of under my tier of influencers. And then each month I have a meeting where we have the Diamond Club influencer meeting brunch.
I've always wanted to be a consultant. They look like they don't do anything. You just show up.
I go to other podcasts.
You piss off all employees, by the way, because all your advice, all the employees get pissed because you're getting paid to consult about
I'm talking to Chris Crespo. I'm like, this is what you got to do. He's like, you're an idiot.
I could get you a welding job.
I can't weld. I'm a bad welder.
Yeah.
Well,
that's too hard. Again, that's too hard for me. I'm not cut out for that.
Make bolts all day. Like that's what I started out doing.
Too hard of work. I walk to my car and I'm like, God damn, it's hot outside. Like, holy shit! I was walking at a True Leaf and the asphalt was like 4:30, and I was like, fuck, it's hot. And I was like, I'm gonna faint,
dude.
You were just holding a tiny bag of marijuana.
And then I get in my truck and then I put my weed in my passenger seat, and then I'm like, I can't be poor.
Tom, are you
I'm going to drive off.
Can I ask?
Because I'm not cut out for it.
Have you purposely done this to kind of like show your dominance? Because you do see when Tom sat Indian style, it pulled his shorts up even further.
He does.
This is the thing. This is what Dom from the Supervillains
talks about. It's like a goddamn camel toe. Like, I mean,
now, am I doing it naturally?
No.
Sam, do I have a problem with it? You're on my diagonal.
Like Tom does.
Do you ever see my balls? Be honest. Okay, thank you.
Showing, I mean, I hope you're wearing underwear, right? Because you got to be wearing banana hammock or something.
No.
He's got the tight boxer briefs.
I learned this from the book.
It's a neg?
The art.
Oh, my God.
You show your dick.
Do you want to? I mean, we could go out in the green room, and if you want to show dominance, we can do that.
Oh, remember when you almost got Jimmy fired for that?
Oh, can we tell that story?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, let's do it because we've never. Let's end on a news story.
Wait, he did have to take a couple of days off.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, what happened?
Okay, Sam doesn't know. Tell it to Sam. Tell it to Sam.
You've told the story before.
No, but
maybe I forgot.
The thing is that Tom pussied out.
We
on
may
the
have
whole
told
thing.
it. I don't think we've told it with. I was going to call you Patrick. I don't think we've told it with Tuddle here.
Yeah.
So
we went into the third booth in the studio.
What were we doing? We were doing like a dick competition.
Yes.
And we were like ratcheting it up because Russ was gone for the day. And we were like trying to make it so we're like doing the bad stuff. We're like the gritty guys, right?
Yeah. I just went off the rails, and we were. It was who's got the bigger dick,
and you didn't even show yours. I pulled mine out.
It was weird. What? Because
I don't know how it.
We knew Tuddle did.
How did we get to the point of going into?
Jimmy's booth, and because Jimmy was hosting, so the booth was empty.
So he was in on it too.
So then Tiffany,
and it was me and you.
How
and
did
Jimmy.
a giant corporation let like all this stuff?
That's
Can
not
Tiffany
even the
sue
worst
now.
That
she should try.
That is not the worst thing that Tiffany had to do.
I'll testify for her.
Do you remember the worst thing like that really got pissed off? And I don't know how. Remember when they made me reenact the Janet Jackson album cover, and I had to hold from behind.
And her dad wrote, like, her dad.
I got to, I got to tell you, that was one of the best days at work. But I also felt like
that. She still does. I mean,
like, usually,
she's a mom now.
You'll be called into court because that's all.
If I get called into court, I'm just going to dementia. I'm just going to.
Anyway, it was a who's got the bigger dick competition. Tiffany was supposed to judge, and then I went in there.
Was it chubbed or unchubbed?
Well,
is it grower shower type situation?
Just like all radio, I was like, this shit is fake. Why are we doing it for real? Like,
remember when we went to the nudist camp? I didn't think that.
Yeah, I know.
How many times have you seen this guy's dick?
A bunch of times. Yeah. Over 3.
Let's do it. Let's do it today.
I used to have a picture
of his dick?
Yeah, from Hedonism, and we found in the old...
of you on the pool table.
The old trailer, remember?
Oh, yeah. When I had Soul Brother Kevin actually shot a pool ball, like, into my... Yeah.
Into your balls. Yeah, the old trailer used to be like a bus stop because it had a bunch of, like, adult photos scattered on the ground. And as a kid, when I would go to my school bus stop, there would always be, like, either a ripped-up dirty mag or, like, a ripped-up picture of some girl's pussy or titties on the ground, because that's what bus stops do. And in this old trailer, we'd walk around, we'd be putting the equipment away, me and Tom, because nobody else is going to fucking do it.
Someone in the chat says it was Jimmy's idea. He was bullying Tom to show his.
It wasn't really Jimmy's idea. We're all doing it.
Yeah, we all egged him on, but there's some truth to that. But
I went into the room with Tiffany, and I was just like, well, obviously I'm not going to show...
Was she okay with it?
Well, she was like, this is all a bit.
Yeah,
There's nothing happened.
So
Did she think you guys actually weren't going to pull your dicks out?
Probably.
Well, yes.
Probably,
but Tuddle did it. And then, but that wasn't why he got in trouble.
Why did he get in trouble?
It was because, a description.
We just kept talking about it.
Because it was considered titillating.
And then some radio. Is the FCC? We need to talk to someone on the radio. That doesn't fucking exist.
There's nobody to talk to.
No one's like still filing complaints. Like it just doesn't exist.
Well, it's like Facebook.
Right?
File a complaint to Facebook. What are you going to do?
Well, Facebook will suspend you for a certain amount of time.
Well, because of the bots suspend you.
Do you remember right after the Janet Jackson stuff and they were getting rid of everything? Remember having Kampmeyer having to sit in master control with us and hit the
He'd
dump
have a button.
Yeah, he had to...
I'll hit it if I hear you guys say something crazy.
It's funny because all the big radio stations like up in New York, they have a guy that just sits in another room that has like a 2-minute delay, and anything he hears, like you're not even in control of your own.
I remember after that, literally, they said this is a different time, 2003, but they are like, no more sex talk.
Stick to the racism.
Go heavier on the racism, because at least seriously, that was a game plan by a giant billion-dollar company.
And then it got us kicked off of Tampa for like a week because of that era.
And they're like, too racist.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh my God.
That was. That was pretty bad.
Oh, good time. Good time.
Remember he used to be racist on the radio?
God,
fun. 2005.
You want to know? You want to know that they also stopped this? I don't even know if you were on the show at the time, but we always had to kill time because we were on satellite radio at the time.
I was an intern.
And then the bosses got Daniel. Remember how like bad we would get sometimes on those pre-shows? Like
we would do an uncensored XM pre-show, and we would just like go off. I would go crazy. I would just like I'm like a young 20-year-old with like they're like you can say anything you want on a satellite radio station, and I'd be like fuck titty shit piss, like I would just go nuts.
Yeah. I like how that was fine, and then years later, like, you can't do this on your own time in the podcast. It's all over
stop.
the
You can't even,
Well, it's just
none
like,
of it makes sense.
They never, of course it is. It was fucking stupid giant corporations. Anyway.
Thank you for having me on.
Oh, man, it's always so fun to see you. Thank you for the potato
That's
candy.
going directly in the garbage.
No, I'm bringing it home to my daughter.
Okay.
I think she will love it, because it's literally just straight sugar.
So bring that on the plane and then start giving Semantics. Is there a show this week? Or was that
me
last
and my
week?
husband will be recording tomorrow, actually. And so if you want to leave us an email, show@semanticspodcast.com, or you can leave us a voicemail as well. Go to our website to find out what that is, because I just forgot it. But we have voicemail now. Also, I want to say congratulations. Today is the 500th episode of Oh No Radio Show.
Hey!
So shout out to the guys over there. Congratulations for making it to 500 episodes.
Happy 500. Oh No. Owen and Ty and Mike B. We love you. You're great folks. What else we got?
Sign up to become a BDM on TomandDan.com. There'll be a new BDM show on Monday.
Like and subscribe our Facebook page. That too. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. We're live on Twitch right now, but this is going to go directly following my voice right now. Go right to YouTube. Like and subscribe. It really helps us out. We put a lot of time into that. We're trying to grow our YouTube presence.
Thank you for supporting all our sponsors. We get the emails. We'll send you some gifts.
Special thanks to Secured Roofing this week. Thanks for doing good shit. You guys are awesome.
Yeah. Listen to that ACT segment. It's cool.
Came out yesterday. Secured Roofing and Restoration. We get to do really cool things sometimes, and this made our week.
And I would plug my podcast, but Tom said, "Who wants to hear that?"
I just saying that you coming here hosting, it doesn't exist anymore. That's an old radio thing.
You want to plug your podcast? Or?
I told you, you plugged it.
No, I mean, but now, like, it's like, you're kind of like, oh, does anybody want to hear that? It's like, damn, being fucking serious.
They want to hear it.
Yeah. And now you're backpedaling. Fucking stand by your words. Be a man.
Oh, my God.
You think I fucking suck? Set the tape, bitch.
Well, what is it? What do you talk about? How long is it?
It's an hour long. I do an hour every single day. And then I do my YouTube live
Is there topics? You're talking like just,
how long
you
do
answer,
want me to
what do you do?
Could you do a radio show by yourself like I do?
I couldn't. I don't want to.
Exactly.
Why don't you gift him 1 hour of the Tuddle Daily podcast?
You want to do that?
Can't
be a man. Do a show by yourself. No phone calls. No nothing. And let's see how well you do.
I can't do that. I've said that before. Like, that's a particular type of skill.
Have you tried it?
I've tried, in the fact that even when I start talking and then like no one's paying attention, I find myself like I got nothing. Like I need someone to pay attention to me. I can't just
There
talk.
it is. We finally got to the root of it. Tom needs someone to pay attention to him.
Dan, close your legs, please.
He's man spread crazy.
We're getting out of here. My God.
It's like your show
God, when he
sucks.
The
pulled
more
him
he
down-
gets like animated, his legs just go
You know what's
wide.
funny is when he pulled him down, I swear to God, he pulled him down 2 feet. Like, how short were they? My God.
No,
when you pulled him down, you went like this. You were like, "Eee." I was like, how much were they riding up? You were wearing like Trump's diaper that he was
We
wearing
saw
this
a
week.
little bit of sack over here.
And I think you probably, for contrast purposes, like you keep the legs from your knees up to your crotch white, but you probably have a tan dick involved. For real. Even though it sucks and nobody wants to hear it, search the Tuddle Daily Podcast. It's on all spots. You know what? Don't even worry about it.
I listen to it. I subscribe.
It's the Tuddle thing. You can find it.
Tuddle Daily Podcast.
No, you look down on me because I do it out of a fucking 2005 PT Cruiser. That's why.
No, he looks down at you because you have to go to jack off at the fish camp bathroom. That's what he's telling you for.
Listen, we all end up jacking in the bathroom one way or the other.
Camp, yeah.
No, I'm saying any bathroom.
You know what? When we all die, we end up jacking in that fish camp in the sky.
All right, bye-bye.
Well, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.